This would be a tight start.
Did you guys ever have the screensaver with the island, the Gilligan's Island kind of guy? It wasn't actually Gilligan, but it was a guy marooned on an island. The screensaver, you always be doing stuff.
I don't think so.
No.
Was just like right in there with flying toasters and
That does sound awesome,
and
though.
like pipes.
Yeah, it was more. It was of that era,
Yeah.
but it was more like this constant kind of thing. This guy was. He'd fish for a while, and then he'd put his fishing rod down. He'd go and he'd read something under the tree, and every now and then a boat would come by, and he'd fucking like freak out.
Help me!
No, I've never
It
seen
was
that.
it was one of those things. Like it smacked me in the face. This memory coming back to me out of nowhere, being like, "Is that a thing?" And it was like when you wake up from a dream, and like some of the aspects of it are like fleeting, and you're like, "Fuck, was it an island? Was it an island? I can't remember. Was he?" What the fuck happened? But then I looked it up, and it was a real thing.
What spurred it, dude? Like what triggered?
I don't know.
It just happened.
fucking,
Like you dissolved a little
yeah.
pocket of fat or something in your brain.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
was
like,
driving, and I was just like,
do you guys remember the screen?
oh, I used to just sit there and watch that sometimes at my grandma's house. See if I can fucking find it.
That's the weirdest feeling. Sometimes that'll happen. It is the weirdest feeling where you're just all of a sudden like super reminded of something from the past, and you're like, oh.
Is that a real thing?
I think I used to use that Darth Vader toaster all the time as a kid. Does that thing exist? Is there a toaster that toasts Darth Vader shape into toast?
I feel like there's a toaster that
Have
does
a
that with
waffle
everything.
Probably,
Is it a
yeah.
waffle?
Darth Vader,
In
waffle
my head,
maker.
it's definitely toast, where like the slats on the vent were like light toast, dark toast, light toast, dark toast, light toast, dark toast.
Fuck, if this would have popped up earlier, we would have had our fucking podcast image.
The what? Oh, the screensaver.
Johnny Castaway here.
I'm not super familiar with Johnny Castaway. Oh wow,
How's
that
that,
looks
eh?
like a whole fucking video game.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Day one. Yeah,
It's
a little story
it's
there.
a little screensaver.
Oh,
Just telling a little story on the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never
So I
seen that
feel like
either.
the story video is they like kind of piece together all the different random things he'll do into one kind of constant sequence with no repeats. Whereas I think before he would fish for a while and then go do something else and then go back to fish. It was like a randomizer.
Yeah.
Whereas this seems to be
in order.
like he wants to fuck this mermaid.
It's weird. They listed by. I mean, well, who doesn't?
Yeah.
He's on a deserted island. Give him a break.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not judging. Any port in a storm.
Oh, he caught a boot. He caught a boot.
Well, a boot. This is a podcast about video games. Welcome to episode 291 of the Talking Reckless podcast. It is September the 30th, 2019. Matt Eads, Kevin Byer.
Brandon Lynch.
Oliver Aguilar.
Let me ask you guys, if this is a podcast about video games,
A boot video
a
games.
boot video games, I don't really know what I'm doing here.
That's okay. Listen, we talk about faking it till you make it. Like we go over that every week. This is when you've never had to fake it harder.
We're 1 week closer to Death Stranding.
That's right. When all of a sudden you become the authority on
That's
this
right.
podcast.
That's when.
A boot.
Yeah.
Video games. A boot. Death Stranding.
We have the original, well, not the original, but some of the original foursome here. This was the OG foursome for a good long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently, according to our Slack, this group has not been together since January, which is fucking bonkers.
It's true.
So
Yeah,
to you, the audience, you're welcome.
Welcome.
We should charge for these shows.
Yeah.
These should be
Well,
premium.
Listen, if you head on over to patreon.com/Talking Reckless podcast, you can get the longer version of this show, Tron, Talking Reckless au Natural, the Irish cousin to Talking Reckless.
Yes.
We had like a 50-minute pre-show almost on this week's of this foursome, so premium content.
That's right.
You head on over there, think about it. Maybe you've been thinking about it, putting it off. You know, some people, I know a lot of people come in like, oh, shit, I've been meaning to check out that Patreon. There's never been a better time than right now. Patreon.com/Talking Reckless podcast. Times are tough. So if you're willing and able, we could really use your support over there. And you get all sorts of extra streams, the cooking stream, Tron, the DMs Guild, which is spicier than it's ever been, let me tell you. Now that our D&D game is really fucking cranking it up to 11.
Off
Scovilles.
the rails.
It is,
Lots of Scovilles.
yeah, millions of Scovilles in the D&D game. Patreon.com/Talking Reckless podcast. Thank you very much for your support. Keeping us on the air.
I saw another Westworld FM episode go up in
Yep.
my little feed too.
Oh, yeah, it's coming up. Yeah,
Season 1's complete.
Season one's in the can. You'll hear that. I think episode 9 comes up tomorrow, and then we'll be on to season 2. What a wild fucking show that first
Good
season.
fucking show, you guys. Kevin, you've never seen it, eh?
No.
Oh, you should
Oh my
watch
goodness!
Have not.
You should maybe think about watching.
As soon as I'm done Breaking Bad, I'm going to watch episode by episode with your podcast. So
Have you seen
Or
it
should
before?
I?
He's seen it before.
If you've seen the whole thing,
I've seen the first season, not the whole thing.
you'll need to see
Oh,
two
yeah, you
because
gotta
there
see
is.
okay,
Yeah,
good to know.
Yeah, it was. We talked a lot about the how to do that show with like in regards to spoilers. Like, should we do it episode by episode? But
There's no way to. I feel like there's no way to. Like something you're gonna say is gonna come out,
Yeah, totally.
and ruin something for someone.
Totally, and like just like at the end of season 1, there's a big like whoa moment
yeah.
which like changes how you look at the entire show. There's another one of those at the end of season 2, but like bigger in bigger parentheses around the entire show, and
Right.
presumably season 3 will do it again. And so yeah, make sure you're up to date with seasons 1 and 2 before you get through there, because there's some fucking shit in season 2 that oh man.
That show really lends itself to discussion, like in-depth discussion, and the three of us, Matt and Amber, do it, and it's. I mean, we discuss it as best as we can, but fucking it goes deep.
Yeah, it's a great show the second time through. There's a lot of new context. You've
Is there
seen
a
the first
lot of?
season, right?
Is there a lot? I've seen the first season.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of like they? Is this one of those shows that could just fall on its face if they don't tie up all the loose ends, or is it kind of?
It could,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe.
It
It's not
could.
so
I
much
mean,
that
like-
there are like loose ends to tie up in the sense it's lost. It's just that like it feels like they are like halfway, they're off the ramp and are halfway over the shark at this point.
Yeah.
And like they might totally fuck up the landing. Not that there's like all these stories that they have to bring in,
Right.
but like they might just get too fucking crazy for their own good.
I feel
it
like-
seems like they're gonna get too crazy for their own good.
I feel like with especially like a lot of shows, but especially after watching Game of Thrones kind of go out the way it did, I very much am looking at every show being like, maybe I just think all shows are good because I assume the ending's going to be fucking rad.
Yeah. It's
And then it's not.
It's really, you kind of got to see season 2 really is fucking wild. We'll talk. We'll talk.
talk, yeah,
Season 2,
yeah.
But
What you
Westworld
should
FM is
do,
up on the feed there.
because you've seen the first season.
Mm-hmm.
You should just watch a recap video, watch the second season,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you're inclined, redo it again, because you will be inclined.
It might be a fine way to do it.
Too.
And also in the podcast, we go through pretty much scene by scene, almost note for note with the show. Where even if you haven't rewatched season 1 super recently, I mean, if it's been a few years, you probably want to.
It's been a few years.
Yeah.
It was the year it came out.
But maybe you watched it like a year ago for the folks
Mm-hmm.
at home or whatever. Like I think we do a good enough job of going through every scene of like, in this scene, this is happening.
Yeah, it's totally worth watching. Kevin, I can't suggest it enough. I don't know what your watching schedule is like or what you have like on your plate.
Ultimate Beastmaster's not having any new episodes. I don't think.
Actually,
so.
there's probably a new season coming out pretty quick.
Well.
It's usually a fall release for the new season.
I'm a big believer in Beastmaster since I watched it at Kevin's one time and immediately went home and was like, "Oh, just gonna fucking throw this on. I'm
Yeah.
gonna see how this all goes together." It's a fucking great show.
I think you'd totally be into it. I mean, I'm sure you've
Probably,
heard
yeah.
enough about
No,
the tropes that surround it. That,
I probably haven't heard much about it, but
perfect. I will say nothing. I will, other than you have watched shows that deal with similar themes.
I have no way to watch it.
I'll hook you up.
I think you do.
I'll hook you up.
You think I do? What's it on?
No, he doesn't have. I don't think he has a way.
Crave from when we were watching Game of Thrones here?
No.
That was my crave that we were. Well, that was my crave, quote unquote, that we were using here, and
Okay.
then that one like uninstalled itself apparently from Kev's TV. Oh, I got him. I just snatched a fly out of the air. I don't know if anybody saw that.
With a pair of chopsticks.
With a pair of with one chopstick.
Oh shit!
Just right on the tip. Done.
Get shooting out of there with a blow dart.
That'd be impressive.
Before we launch into that TV tangent, I want to ask you guys,
on this video game podcast.
at what point did you join the show, Brando?
It was
It's definitely after we started college.
the year
right?
of season 3 of Game of Thrones.
just like that.
Say 2011 or 2012. Because
And
I think we
then- and
were in
then
college already.
It
right?
was the four of us for a long time until we decided to bring on like a bunch more people, right?
Yeah, because we just couldn't get it.
Yeah,
couldn't get it
okay.
together.
Scheduling
Yeah.
was hard.
Decided
for a
to
while.
up
Yeah.
the roster.
Yeah. It's hard to get
Yeah,
a day
yeah.
that works for all 4 people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a
Went for
bench player
barbecue.
to sit in,
Totally.
get
Sure.
in and kick it when it's time.
That's right.
7-man the dream.
We got
Yeah.
a great bench to support us.
Yep,
Back here with the Dream though.
that's right.
This is the A line.
2013 was when season 3 of Game of Thrones debuted. I feel like it's
Checks
been
out.
longer than that. Is that really?
Fuck.
Was that the year
if
Destiny came
any-
out?
If anything, I would say it
Was Destiny
shorter.
the first? Because Destiny came out in 2013. Was Destiny?
Destiny was
Destiny
the,
was
the first
2014,
New Year's show.
which was my first New Year's show.
20. Okay, so that would have been the year.
Oh yeah, because you joined
2015.
right after the New Year's show. That's
Right.
right. Because we
So
started
I'm not
like,
sure exactly where the year
January.
lands.
We could even. I might even just go back in the podcast. There will be a point where Brando is on the podcast. I'm
Yeah.
sure. It's like, hey, welcome to Brando. Yada yada yada.
No.
I honestly don't remember. You've always been here in my memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like literally always.
I remember the very first podcast we did. I was very drunk.
It probably checks out. I don't. It's probably upstairs here, I would think,
No,
or in
it
Chris's
was.
basement.
It was in Chris's basement.
Chris's basement, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that probably lines up. That's probably been
Was
about
that
4 or
like
5
a
years.
WrestleMania?
No.
No, that was the first
That was when
of
Warren
the
came
7.
on.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
that
think
was when we
Warren's
expanded
first
it
was-
bigger.
No, I can't remember. Like it was just Matt had just come back from
Grand Prairie.
Grand Prairie, and
Oh no, that must have
we
been.
went for like I'm not. I don't know. Like in the grand scheme of things, you got back from Grand Prairie. We had gone for dinner.
Oh yeah,
We
'cause
talked about video
yeah,
games
yeah,
for a
yeah.
really long time, and you're like, "Well, I'm thinking about starting the show again. You want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then we went for barbecue with Oliver.
Yeah, that's a good name.
That was the first time I
the
met
first
you.
barbecue.
We
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
go to barbecue again, you guys.
We should go. We only do it. We only. Oh,
Oh, yeah, right.
That's right.
Damn it.
It's too bad on our stomachs.
Got
Yeah.
cholesterol. That's right. That's right. I was frantically writing the symbol for cholesterol with like an up arrow over here. Frantically shaking my head no.
No, you guys.
Well, Master Griller Oliver can, we can probably,
Have some undercooked burgers.
hell
Some-
yeah.
Bad burgers, you guys.
My my sister's boyfriend has a smoker that I could probably, we should smoke I want to smoke something, like a
Ooh,
brisket or something.
nice.
It's a little electric thing that I guess you just put like a little bit of wood chips in the bottom, and then I want to do apple wood and then apple juice on the wood, I've heard is.
I'd like to do some smoked salmon.
Yeah.
I loves me some smoked salmon.
I want to try everything. I want to smoke like a brisket, salmon, bacon, chicken.
Yeah,
I want to just
chicken
fucking
wings,
smoke a
yeah.
bunch of shit.
My parents used to have a huge smoker
Weed.
when I was a kid.
Crack cocaine. Get it? Come on, grow up, children.
They repurposed it out of an old refrigerator.
Oh, dope.
So it was huge, and yeah,
that's
it would-
really funny.
It would be going like almost all the time. I think it would be like 3 or 4 weeks we would smoke the salmon in there for, and then
Holy.
take it out.
I saw one made out of a laundry machine, old laundry machine,
Ah.
because the basket has a bunch of holes in it already, and I want to try smoking some meat.
Remember you guys eating smoked salmon on that year show where
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
arguing about
That was
Skyrim.
a late one. That would have been 2012. Because Skyrim came out in November 2011. We've just been like just really going down memory lane recently, thinking about. It's because the New Year show's coming up, and we're talking about it already. Like we have a Game of the Year list, and we're making plans.
We got to hammer. Are we comfortable with the categories? I'm not sure we are.
I
got a few questions
At
I gotta
least,
run
at
your way.
least the categories we have now. I think we might add a few, maybe 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, I feel like we had a best character.
Best new character.
We had best character last year,
Right, not
because
new.
Vegeta was in it.
That's right.
I feel like now that now that we have done it for a year, I think we might be at the point where we have to add new, because
Yeah.
Vegeta also came out this year.
Jump Force.
Yeah, and at some point it has to be a new character,
Yeah.
or I'll keep arguing for Vegeta.
Yeah. January is end of January. It sounds like for our I mean, it's an end of the year show. It's not a New Year's show, but our Game of the Year show. It'll be a little bit different this year. It won't be. The plan is to not turn it into the train wreck that I turned it into last year. That some other folks have turned into. Listen, there's always somebody who is usually the focal point of the show who we can usually put the blame on. It was me last year, which was a real eye opener. So we're gonna,
I mean, don't sell yourself short. Warren helped out a lot.
oh yeah, totally. Bless him. Because if it was just me, it'd be hard to face the audience, right?
Yeah.
But at least there were 2 of us to share this.
I feel
burden.
robbed as someone who never got the chance to have my fucking hijack the show, but
You're more of an after show.
yeah, that's right.
VR headset and
No.
playing Destiny.
There might be a big argument this year just judging how strongly you guys feel about Control.
We'll see. There's a lot of we're a few weeks out. I've cooled on it a bit. I think it's still very good.
Yeah, I know you think it's very good, but just to hear how shitty it runs, like that is a huge.
Totally,
That's a big thing.
That's and that's I got this up here. The man who didn't want Skyrim to win because of how badly it ran on the PS3, a system he didn't even have at the time.
I wanted to
Has
bring
that in
that out
mind.
as like the trump card at the New Year's show. I'd be like, "Don't you remember when you?" And you do remember.
Yes.
So I can't use it as a trump card now.
We don't say trump card. We just
No,
ace in the hole.
Ace in the hole.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can't.
Trump's right.
No, stop.
Oh.
Nope.
I was like, you don't like the Hearthstone streamer? Because he's great.
He's okay. He's all right. I'll let Trump take me to Value Town any day of the week.
Anyway, I'll probably be drunk on the New Year's show.
Yeah, so will I.
Yeah.
I just it will. We're gonna the plan right now is to break out the extreme drinking from the talk about video games, and hopefully get the video games talk done, and then do the
I
extreme
like that
drinking.
idea.
Is the plan.
We'll
the
just
thing-
have to start earlier.
And
Even earlier. Because I think last year we started at 2 in the afternoon.
We were so close. We I
almost sucked the
maintain
landing.
if the liquor
Yeah.
did not wrap its sexy fingers around my throat, we would have been like out of there in record time. We were so close.
We were flying through that show until that fucking last
everybody's
category.
talking, everybody's
Yeah.
going like
I'd hate
really
to
nice to
blame
each
it
other.
on our sponsor, Fireball Whiskey.
Well,
But,
last year,
you know, maybe 4 bottles of Fireball every time we do New Year's show is maybe not the best idea.
I'm gonna send them an email because they've never officially been our sponsors. But if they want to sponsor us, and the condition is I have to get too drunk on Fireball and tank the show again, I'm in Fireball. Let's light up this night, bitches.
see if they'll give us 2 bottles. If they'll give us 2
That's all we
bottles,
want.
then,
Look at $40 in liquor for this ad buy.
and then me and Warren will bring our traditional 2 bottles.
No, then we're back to 4 bottles.
That's kind of the problem there. Like the
What?
drinks go down so
Yes.
easily when you're talking about video games,
We'll
and
just save
especially
the
because
Fireball
there
till
are
after.
fucking drinks. And yeah, then we toast every fucking category
Yeah.
or
It's tough
fucking
because you're
whatever.
so proud of yourself after you get one of those categories hammered down. You're like we're like a big
Good job,
fucking
gang.
family.
Yeah.
You just
Pour
pour
it up.
them up. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, you toast the start of the category. It's like, all right, now we're going to be starting talking about this category.
Yeah.
Everybody do a shot. And
Yeah.
we're halfway through
Yeah.
talking about this category. Let's
Then
have a
we'll just do a
celebration
shot.
shot.
But it is going to be, hopefully, a lot of good video game discussion this year. I mean, you know, lubricated by alcohol. Just not to the point where no filibuster. That's my goal this year. No filibuster in the final category. Just no filibuster for game of the year. Because we always go so smooth until we get to game of the year, and then it seems like we go smooth.
You're just leaving the door open a crack for like 3 people at this table
I
just sense
know.
weakness.
I know. Listen, I'm ready to wheel and deal this year. I'm ready to let's just get ourselves out of here happy. But that'll be fun. Coming up in January. Look forward to it. Set a date. Also, Retribution on October the 18th.
I have a
next
date
TRWL.
that I hope we don't veer from because I've taken the weekend off.
Yeah,
think
it'll
that'll
be
be
that
it.
week. It'll be that
Yeah.
week.
That'll be
It'll be
it.
that week. Yeah, might have some guests in from out of town.
Shit.
I'm not gonna say who. That's right. It's Eric. It's not Eric. It's not Eric. Might have some guests. All I'm going to say is Kojima-san released his new game this year.
That's what I was
Perfect year
thinking.
to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, he's actually been asking for quite a while. And we've been like, oh, you know, maybe you should do something impressive before we bring you on the show.
Yeah,
like-
like Metal Gear 5 would kind of shit the bed on
Like,
Metal
yeah,
Gear
we-
5.
That bloody urine talk will not fly on my podcast code. So, like,
Me and Oliver got Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes into the number 5 spot one year through war of attrition.
Yeah, that was just the demo, wasn't
That
it?
was, that was the little, like the 2 hour
intro
thing.
demo.
be like a PT one.
Yeah.
A PT, you know, when the PT, I can see PT making it up there.
Yeah, more than some of the stuff we got in last year.
Yeah, so you're not wrong. It's coming. It's coming. It looms over all of us.
I am excited. I love that show.
What did we lose out on?
I
We
hate it.
knocked Red Dead Redemption 2 off the list.
And
last
Tetris
year.
Effect.
And Tetris Effect.
Red Dead,
Red Dead
nor
Redemption
Tetris.
2.
Two
you
of my
guys.
top 3
Ah,
for Detroit and Super Smash Brothers. I
where
think.
is our
Yeah.
credibility?
That's
I mean, if
That's-
you wouldn't have
that's okay.
had your wife sitting outside waiting to
Yeah.
pick you up for 4
Oh,
hours.
vintage. Now that Amber is on our podcast, I can totally go to Amber and be like, yo, when OJ texts you at like 1 and bitches out on our shit, like, just don't
Just
pick him
ignore
up.
it.
Just don't
Just
fucking pick him
ignore
up. We'll get him home. I'll text you when we're done.
Either that or just be like, well, instead of, how about you just come and join the show?
Yeah, why don't you just come on?
Come on.
There you go.
She played any video games this year? It doesn't matter. Don't forget I asked.
Yeah.
Sure,
About as
she's
many as
welcome.
I have.
Let's get squeeze a ninth in. It's coming. It's all I think about these days.
Yeah. I love it. I love playing video games and then going onto our little fucking dock and be like, this is what belongs in these 3 things.
Feels like the WrestleMania of our podcast.
Yeah.
We're like, I gotta like short my alliances, know who's in my corner,
That's
know who
right.
I can't
You
trust.
got like side deals going on,
Yeah.
texting during the show. Oliver's breaking.
I sense weakness.
Yeah.
We can get
Nodding
Ati.
off.
Ati through for best character.
Yeah.
You playing video games, Oliver?
I have not.
Hey, that's okay. We need the balance. We need the contrast.
Yeah. Well,
We don't want to have too much to
Yes.
talk
That's
about.
right.
I've been trying to pull out anything and everything that I can talk about.
Listen,
so I'm filled.
Tune into Tron to hear about how Oliver got blackout drunk at a football game.
Yep.
That's all the content we could ask for, and then some.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
We should play the Man of Medan you were talking about.
I
Getting,
really want to do that.
yeah,
I
so-
really want to do that because that game looks fucking cool.
I have I played the co-op, which we talked about here on the show with somebody else. I've heard the pass and play is radically different. Where, there's a scene in the very beginning where in the co-op, one person stays up top on a boat and one person goes down on a scuba dive. Apparently, in the pass and play, you don't even see one half of that scene. I think you are just under the water.
Pass and play is just playing single player, but it is giving you prompts to pass the controller based on kind of a little character draft you do at the beginning. Be like, I'm going to be these 3 characters, you be these 2 characters.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
and then you
then-
can play him like however you want. We're like,
Yeah, and
I'm
then-
this guy and he's a dick.
Whenever it is transitioning scenes to a new character that you're controlling, it says, this is one of Warren's characters. Give the controller to Warren. Or this is one of Brandon's. But it's, as far as I know, the single player walkthrough of the campaign or
That
the
would be
story.
super good. I bet that will. Like my biggest complaint against Man of Medan was it didn't hit with me because we sort of just figured out the. It'd be like if we were playing Until Dawn. We're like, oh, it's Wendigos. Of course, we sort of figured out Wendigos at the word go, but it was because we were like, because you see both scenes and we were both talking and kind of like, what if this is what's happening? And like, oh fuck, I bet that is what's happening.
Well, and it's this weird thing where like there's an explosion on the boat.
Yep.
And for me and Warren, who were playing the pass and play mode, we're like talking, being like, "Oh fuck, what do you think that is? We got to get up there fast." And there's a choice that is basically, do you want to risk getting the bends by coming up too fast to figure out what this explosion is, or do you want to stay down, take your time, and hope that everything's okay? And it seems weird that in a co-op mode, you could just be like, No, everything's
good.
fine up here.
Yeah.
Don't rush. Don't rush.
Yeah, I blew up the barbecue. That's my bad. Everything's cool though. Take your
Yeah,
time. Take
like
your time.
it's neat because it kind of seems like a teamwork communication thing, but it also seems like you're not supposed to know
Yeah.
that that's happening as the people under the water.
And I think it's way more enjoyable not knowing any of that stuff because there's
Yeah.
a scene later where, and it's really early that like I think anybody who, if you're talking with your friend, you will figure out what is happening in a way that is super unsatisfying because you want that to be like the end of the reveal at the end where you're like, oh,
Sure.
oh my, it's like a Saw thing almost where there's a big thing at the end and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't, oh, this is crazy. And figuring that out right off the word go was like kind of lame where it just happened to be it as well.
I was kind of cool on that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to. I really want to play that single player mode and see kind of. Did you do the co-op or you did the single player Warren?
We
pass
did
and
the
play?
pass and play.
Yeah. Because you only have you need 2 copies to do
Right,
the co-op. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, I really want to see that what that pass and play is like.
How many characters are there?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, that checks out.
Matt will get that together. I really do want to play that game.
Yeah, that'll be super fun.
Yeah.
Third D&D group.
Yeah.
We had
It would be
speaking of D&D as a game.
Sure, yeah. I've been playing D&D.
It seems
Love
like
D&D.
seems like I might be killing our entire D&D party.
Holy
Next
sure,
week?
sure
Fuck.
does. Yeah,
Like-
seems like that
Doesn't seem
through no
good.
fault of our own. Really.
Oh,
There's no fault of our own.
individual person
We tried
that you
to
could
go.
maybe
We
put the
tried-
blame on.
We tried to go.
Well-
we tried to avoid it, and you funneled us right in.
Yep, that's me. That's right. No matter how they tried to pull their way out, it's not like we were just giving them like avenue after avenue after avenue of get yourself out of trouble, and they were just like, no, just you turning around back into Trouble Town.
Can't trust the avenues.
Literally, in one case, fucking like pulling the e-brake to like scream
Yeah.
back into Trouble Town.
Almost accidentally wandered into safety.
Yep, in a way that I totally think. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Gonna have to get off creative to keep these guys alive, Matt Eads.
I've never wiped an entire party before, so that I don't know if I'm. It feels
I don't
bad.
really think you're a DM, a real DM, until you have.
Yeah, you need
Doesn't it feel
in your belt, under your belt,
Yeah,
notched.
you're probably right. I'm nervous because I've never done it. You know.
He set us up in a way where he's separated the party and pitted us against fucking overwhelming odds.
To be fair, the only reason that happened was they're like kind of solving a murder mystery, and they had all the clues, they had all the pieces. They were putting together in some ways where people just said the answer in a way really early. And I'm like, oh, they figured this out way too fast. And then they went to the murderer and were like, this is what we think is happening. And the murderer was like,
never do that.
The murderer's like, that might be right. Hang on. Why don't you come to the basement with me and let me check something out? And then just fucking like pulled the knife out basically. It was like, you fools. Which is where they are now.
Yeah.
You know, they're tied up in fucking the attic of the farm in The Walking Dead with their legs cut off.
Oh,
And it's really...
Oh, it's bad.
That's too bad. You guys shouldn't have gone to the murder. You should have gone to the cops.
Yeah.
Probably.
Should have gone. They might have thought they were going to the cops.
The police.
We were
that was us.
essentially the cops.
They're probably going to let you have it at the precinct after this.
Basically had the murder weapon and like to the murderer were like,
Take
we
it.
did it, you guys. You're like, oh, great.
We found this knife. It's good for stabbing. Take it.
We solved the case.
Yep.
Only 95% of it, though.
Missed it by that much.
Last 5% really threw us for a loop.
So I don't know what's going to happen. It's a really weird spot as a DM of like, and
Blow them all away.
it's weirder because you two are players, so they're going to too much into it. But like, do I just kill everybody? Do we just start a new campaign?
It would be a good opportunity to wipe and then fucking start a new thing. And
There are
put
if
some
you guys want to.
microphones and cameras in front of us.
Oh, don't say that.
Maybe you just limp along for the time it takes to build a
Build
new
that table.
table.
Half strength party. Yeah, it'll be weird. It'll be weird. You always worry about hurt feelings, you know.
I'm totally okay.
I know you'd be fine. I know Kev would be fine because
I would lose it. That's it.
Yeah,
Flipping the table.
What the fuck is this?
because them's the way it goes sometimes. But I don't know about the new players. They're
So-
like, we put all this time, and what the fuck was this for?
Okay, so just to set it up, like there's two sort of areas where we are, and one is with a bad dude, and the place up top was like kind of like a sanctuary. We were just resting there.
Sure.
Amber's character went down to talk to this bad dude. She didn't realize it was a bad dude, but he was dropping mad hints.
And then a lot of double speak.
And then
in
when
my
she
games.
came up, she's like, "Hey, this guy's downstairs. Some people should check it out. Not all of us, because this is
Because we
Amber's-
like to split ourselves up.
yeah, because
Also-
Amber's like, I'm just gonna hang out here. You two should go down. And in my head, I'm like, okay, if she doesn't think it's that much of a big deal, then I'm gonna hang out here too. Because what was happening, Matt, was that you guys were enacting the scene, and whenever I'm not part of a scene, I generally try to tune out and not listen.
This character doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you totally.
And so when she came back upstairs and she's like, "Hey, this guy's downstairs and he says this thing is happening, this thing's happening. You two," she pointed at the other players. You guys should go check it out." And then I'm like, I don't know, should we all go? Or someone suggested we all go, and she's like, no, I'm just going to stay up here. I'm like, okay, then it can't be that big of a deal. So I decided to stay up as well. And then Kevin's character decided to stay up there as well.
Sure.
And then the two went down, and then all of a sudden shit hit the fan downstairs, and we're not in there, and we don't know what's going on. So I'm like, oh, whatever.
That's probably fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
It's getting a little noisy down there, but
Well, that's what I was like. Did we hear? Do we hear like all this movement going on? Do we hear like commotion? And then
Yeah, the
perception check.
dice decide.
They're like, no, I guess I didn't. So I guess we're just hanging out up here.
that's unfortunate.
It's gonna be really interesting.
And yeah, so I was talking to Amber like after the fact. I'm like, well, you just didn't make it seem like a big deal. So, and when you said you were gonna stay, I just decided I was gonna stay as well. And I was just kind of like,
Like it's all character, Amber.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to separate. Oliver the player knew we were fucked, but Ebers the character. Well, you know, he's doing his thing.
yeah, tuning up my violin.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be weird. This is one of the rare, fewer and fewer, one of the spots that like I've never done this in a D&D game, which wiped an entire party.
Yeah. Hey, you don't know if you can until you do it.
It's a really
like
big
murder.
power move. It's a really big.
Yeah.
You need a lot of trust with your players.
Yep.
I don't know if we're there yet. We'll see. The alternative sucks though. The alternative is like, you're Superman's here. with his fucking laser eyes. It's
Fuck.
Homelander.
Can I be Superman?
Sure. Welcome aboard.
Just bring me in for one episode.
Guest character Brando.
Shave Middle Fingers comes in.
Laser eyes.
Laser.
Back of a
I've
fucking
evolved.
Pegasus. Oh,
Just
man.
bashing people with my loot.
One day, your silver guitar.
Uh,
One day we'll get that
bullshit.
D&D show on. We're still working on it. We're talking about it. We're trying to, make things happen in the back. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Heck of a game, though.
Yeah,
Heck
it's
of a
really
game.
fun. I really enjoy D&D.
Man, D&D in general, heck of a game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I've been playing.
That's you in a nutshell?
That's me in a nutshell.
Kevin Barr, what about you?
I've been playing a bunch of things.
Oh,
What?
shit.
Name 2.
Only one at the beginning, though.
Okay.
That's right, that's right.
Well, I'm still playing World of Warcraft.
The level?
Classic.
Oh,
Oh.
never mind.
Level 45.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Halfway.
Yeah. Now more than halfway through.
That's pretty good.
I checked my played, and we're kicking around 5 days ish. So I'm right on pace for the slow,
You've played 5 days of the game already?
relaxing
Playtime, yeah. So 100, at least
fuck.
120 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, that is how that works.
Those are
Yeah.
like my destiny numbers.
But yeah, I'm still taking the slow, relaxing way up to the top. I've accomplished my first goal that I've set for myself, which is getting your mount right at level 40.
Nice.
So as soon as I hit level 40, I got to train my mount, which was sweet.
Hard to do. It's very expensive.
What's your
Yeah.
mount?
Scrimp and save.
My mount is a white snowy ram.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
I want a big turtle.
They eventually you could have a turtle.
Yeah.
Totally.
yeah,
Not
like the base game that you only
Classic,
get each race gets one style of mount
Yeah.
assigned to him, kind of thing.
it's like horse, ram, mechanostrider, which is cool. It's like a mechanical
It's like D-Walker?
ostrich kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like D-Walker with like a head with like a neck.
Oh, shit.
Like wolf, raptor, I don't know what the
Panther.
Krogan one is. Or
Raptor?
Krogan.
Krogan.
What is the big cow?
Tauren.
Tauren.
They
Kodos.
yeah.
they drive.
Yeah.
They ride Kodos.
And I don't remember what the undead ride.
Who rides the
undead
turtle?
horse, skeletal horse.
Oh, okay. So there you go. There's all of them.
Eventually, they just had like 5 million mounts.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
Yeah.
could ride everything eventually.
You'd go do a quest
Probably-
and they'd be like, "Here, have this mount."
Probably legit pandas. It probably came from the panda from
Hmm.
Pandaria.
That's my favorite one.
That's where the turtles.
It's the only one I know.
Yeah.
Actually, I know. Is Molten Core one?
That's a
That is
raid.
one
in
of the raids,
base.
yeah, yeah.
That's classic. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
You're,
Pandas and Molten Core.
you're
Hell
getting
yeah,
there.
buddy.
You know about as much as everyone else does.
That's good.
So yeah, I got my mount. I had actually a big overage as well. I had like 10 extra gold at
Mount's
level 40.
Mount is a big deal for anyone who doesn't play World of Warcraft. It like doubles your movement speed, where you are so slowly for the first 5 days of the game.
60% increased speed.
It's a little,
So-
I guess, way less than
Yeah.
doubles.
But
60%
it
increase.
is very noticeable.
Yeah, because you are most of your time in World of Warcraft is walking point to point
Sure.
with just nothing going on,
Yeah.
and so to have that move speed increase is the biggest deal. The biggest. Oh,
Yeah, I think the two friends of mine who are still playing with me, and both of them are higher level than I am. Neither of them got their mount at 40. I think one got it at 43, and one got it at like 47 or something
it's
ridiculous
hard
like
to
that.
just have enough money usually at 40 unless you're like actively saving for it.
Yeah, and I was saving. I got really lucky with a bunch of my drops. Got some BOE blues that I could sell.
Bind on equip.
Yeah.
You can sell them until you put them on.
So,
Gotcha.
playing some Warcraft.
Just you're translating. I'm like Kojima's. Let's say he has blood in his urine, so that's gonna be a better
are you
weapon
okay?
against the DT. And yeah, are you all right?
I've also been playing Magic Arena.
Okay.
A
came
new-
out?
A new set came out.
1.0 Magic Arena out of early access, out of beta, officially out.
Really?
Yep. That when the new set came out, Magic Arena officially
Oh, shit.
released.
There's a promo going on right now where they give you this play mode where you can play any deck you want. They'll give you access to every single card that is currently out in the standard tournament format.
Mm-hmm.
You can build a deck. You can play up to, I think it was
12
up to
games.
20 practice games.
Oh.
And then once the event kicks live, if you get 12 wins before 3 losses, you just get every card in the set, 4 of them. Every card in the game
Mm-hmm.
that currently exists, they give you 4 of them.
4 of each card.
Yeah.
Is that right?
shit.
Are you sure it's
For-
not one of every card?
If you make it to 10
it's one of
wins,
every?
you get 1 of every card.
That's insane.
It is
Why,
insane.
why do you want 4 of every card?
Because
can you
then
combine
you-
cards?
You do have to buy cards. So
No, I mean, can you like feed cards to cards?
You can play a
Uh,
max of 4 in a deck.
once
Oh,
you,
I see.
Yeah, once you get your 4 of every card, each duplicate card you get after that, you get the premium currency back for it instead of the card.
Gotcha.
And if you want to compete, so the like standard, there are kind of there's a bunch of different formats. There's like every card is allowed, which is crazy because you have to have been playing for 50 years and spend all this money. Or there's standard, which is like the most recent year and a half or 2 years or 2 and whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And that rotates in. So if you want to like compete, getting every card is like crazy.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause then
crazy
you can make-
enough that
you can
I
make any
want to
deck.
play this.
It's half the fight. Half
Yeah.
the battle
Yeah.
is getting
Yeah.
the cards to
You
put
go-
into your deck.
It's a great way for the people who know how to play Magic to skip that ramp up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which sounds incredible because like the most frustrating thing is like I play Magic in real life. I know how to play it very well. Yada yada yada. I'm just grinding to try and get the cards I need to build
Right.
whatever deck I want.
So you what do you say? 12 before you lose 3,
Yeah.
and then you are basically you have the best
You
deck you can. You are able to make the best deck you can make in the
Yes.
game. Okay.
Yes. Every configuration
seems
of
kinda neat.
every deck you can make. There's usually no like quote best deck like this. You know, paper beats
Yeah, you have the
rock
tools.
beats whatever. But
You have all the tools to make whatever deck you
Yeah.
want in the game.
But I mean, if you think about it, to get to the 12 wins,
You need to have a good enough
are
deck.
you're the 0.01%. Like you are better than everybody who plays because
But I bet it won't be with Magic Arena opening. I bet it won't be that hard. Like because it's not. It's
I think
not.
it'll
It's,
be really hard.
it's whenever you're doing it. So like when you have 4 wins, you're just getting matched against other people who have 4 wins. So you
That's
could
true.
totally like I've gotten 12 wins in standard, not having every card, and like at less of an even playing field, I've achieved 12 wins in standard, or whatever the max wins are. And like so you can like literally just get lucky sometimes of like wow everybody I got matched against
Yeah.
really fucking sucks.
That is possible, but I mean, once you get into the higher brackets of like the 9Xs and the 10Xs, then you're
Yeah.
going to be playing against some top tier competition.
Hard, but like not that hard. Not that hard to get 12. Like it's not like end in the top 5%
Maybe you're
of the
just really
season
good
or
at
whatever.
Magic.
I used to be okay. I used to play, I think, all right Magic. It's been too many years now that I
Heard
just
you're a
fucking
cheater.
suck ass. Yep. I've won 1 juniors tournament, and I knowingly cheated my way to the. So if I hadn't cheated, I would have had to play. I could have lost up to 2 more games after. I would have had 2 more chances.
Yeah.
To win, but just
I mean, if you think about it, it's really the judge's fault.
Sure.
It's
'Cause
really
it's
whoever
not-
the fuck wasn't even playing the game that was like, I think that guy's cheating. I'm like, why don't you shut the fuck up and get out? You're not even in this game.
Well,
Motherfucker.
I think in the same story that you said, like everybody cheats. You were just
It's all about if you get caught or not.
yeah, unfortunate enough to get caught. Right?
Yeah, you're just pushing that advantage.
I don't
Yeah.
think everybody cheats.
Getting your
I
edge.
should not. In hindsight, I should not have done it. Would I do it again for $450 of Magic? Like immediately, you just walked away with $450 and a $1,000 scholarship.
Probably more so.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
more so now than then.
Yep.
Yeah.
I might. I'd fucking stab that guy now.
So yeah, the new set came out. Don't ask me what it's called because I have no idea what it's called.
20?
Ruins of something or other.
At the one after 20?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So they started the new Mastery season again, which was cool. So you get to go.
That thing's weird.
Yeah,
You're
so-
like unlocking like the battle pass and whatever. You're unlocking rewards, but you only get them if you decide to pay for the mastery pass, which is really weird.
Well, you get the free. There's 2 passes. There's a free to play one, which you get just a toned down version of rewards, and then there's the one that you pay for, which is
It's devious though, because you're unlocking the progress, and it's like, hey, you unlocked like 10 packs at level 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
If
Only
you
if you pay
to
for
get
it.
the mastery thing.
So it's
You
just kind of pushing that
motherfucker.
stuff out in front of you because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's pretty much how everything works.
Totally,
but,
it totally is.
I don't know, like if I were to use the rocket pass or something, I feel like once you buy the pass, then you have to start leveling the pass up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like
This one-
bank your levels and be like you've got like 20 things waiting for you.
Such value.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one they did for M20, the last set that came out, they did a Mastery Pass. I didn't buy the premium pass for that one because I started like a month and a half late, so there was really no cost benefit for me to actually do it.
You get the pass for this one.
I got the pass for this one, yeah.
Man's gonna play a bunch of Magic, getting back into Magic a little bit.
Well, I mean, I've been playing like every few days, grind out your quests, get some wins.
We used to be like getting back into Magic. Like we used to be big into paper Magic.
Yeah.
Big, huge. I was a kid and had no money, but like I think the people who had money spent thousands on paper Magic back in the day.
Oh yeah,
I would have been right there if I had a job.
Easy. And it was more like I didn't play video games back then. I played Magic.
Yeah, totally.
That's how it went.
We kind of all just played Magic.
Yeah.
At that one card shop every single day.
I looked at my Pokemon cards, but didn't want to play against anybody.
Pokemon's
Well, yeah,
a hard
because
game to play.
as soon as you play your Charizard, it loses half
Not
its
many.
value.
Never had a
That's
Charizard.
right. It's like driving a car off the lot. 4-letter Kuno.
So the new set, the new mechanic that I've noticed, there might be more than one new mechanic, but it's called the Adventure mechanic. So what it is, it's a creature that also has a instant tied to it.
Okay.
So think of like how they used to do split cards. The way it works is if you cast it as its instant, or maybe sorceries as its spell component side, you get the effect, and then it's exiled.
Okay.
And then
from game.
and then you can play the creature component of it from the exile.
Weird. Okay.
So it's 2-for-1 card advantage printed on every card,
Trying to see what the new set is called here.
which is pretty broken. All those cards seem really good. I've been playing that, and I also have been playing a little XCOM 2
What?
from back in 2016.
Not the DLC. Not
No.
the I forget what the expansion's called
OG.
now.
XCOM
War
2.
of the Chosen.
Yes, original XCOM 2. Are you still hitting caps lock to make those load screens into the mission just go instantly?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, back in it was like the load screens were hilariously long, but if you press caps lock, something would just happen that they would just load instantly.
Oh, weird.
That's fucked.
yeah,
That
That's
was
totally fun.
that was like one of the reasons why I never played it back in the day, because I got it and my computer was just chugging every time I tried to play it.
Who develops XCOM? Firaxis?
2K.
Publishes.
Yeah,
I'll look it up here.
Firaxis.
I remember whoever it was. I remember at the time when that. It is Firaxis. The time when that caps lock thing was going around, they were like, "Don't do it. It could destroy your computer. Don't ever do it. Don't ever." I did it probably like literally every single time. Every single time. Never had anything bad happen. Just for the record.
Firaxis do Into the Breach?
No, that was the FTL developers, which is. I will tell you in a second. Keep talking,
mad.
Kevin.
I'm kind of blown away by that little hack. Like,
Yeah, no, it was
That seems
wild.
like it.
Yeah,
It
just
seems like after they started doing that, there was probably somewhere on the developer end where they could have been like, "Let's fuck. We clearly know this is replicable. We should just fucking fix this. We should just make this. We should make it auto hit caps as soon as the loading screen."
They said it would. There was some reason why you weren't supposed to, and I think they have fixed them since. But they were like, "Do not press the caps lock button. That will destroy your computer." Like, okay, bud.
the boilers down in the Firaxis basement.
Yeah, somebody down more coal. Subset Games is the developer of FTL and Into the Breach.
but yeah, so I recently, for some reason, started watching this YouTube guy that I subscribe to. He had a playthrough from back in the day that I kind of started watching before, and then for some reason went back into. And thought that the new expansion stuff looked really cool, so I downloaded the game and was thinking to myself, all right, well, let's pick up the expansion. It's been out for like 3 years, so it's probably only like $20.
But it was like $49.99.
It's still like $40.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going to spend $40 on an expansion for a game that realistically I'm going to play for 10 hours maybe and never get to the expansion stuff. So
the expansion stuff's right in the beginning.
yeah, it comes really quick.
Yeah, it's like a full XCOM playthrough that goes. It doesn't end where the XCOM 2 playthrough normally ends, but it also has all the extra like classes and resources.
Yeah,
and,
it's the same way that they did the expansion for the first game. It like kind of revamps the story based on the expansion being added to it, kind of thing.
it's good. I really like the XCOM 2 expansion. It
Yeah.
adds like stealth, which is super dope. It has a lot of new classes and stuff. Mechs, big fucking mechs.
So
Metal
yeah,
Gears.
I'm going really slow. Like I'm playing like a couple missions per week kind of thing right now, because I want to wait for the expansion to go on sale before I dive right into it.
Yeah,
and
holiday sale. I'm sure it'll be.
yeah,
They usually get
probably
pretty cheap.
pretty soon. But other than that, I also went to see Elton John
Oh, shit.
You brought your Elton John
a couple
purse
days
down
ago.
here
Yeah,
to-
I brought my goodie bag
Oh,
because
that is.
It was a literal like European
big old
carry-all.
swag bag.
yeah. For those on the stream, I'll bust it out in a second. Here you can see it. But apparently, we pre-ordered tickets like right when they got announced. A friend of mine has the Amex card that lets you buy tickets earlier, kind of thing. And every package was a VIP package.
Oh, shit.
You could not buy a regular ticket for the pre-sale. You had to buy a VIP pass.
Because everybody who sees Elton John to him is a VIP.
That's right. It doesn't surprise me. There were, I think there were like 12 or 13 different VIP packages.
Okay.
So
Multiple tiers.
We got
Experience
That's
fears.
right. We got the Tiny Dancer package. He named them all after his songs.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
So the best song that he makes is the package that I got.
What? He could have been the Rocket Man.
Rocket
So
Man.
I like your song.
so this is it is a bag with a Elton John logo on it.
Oh wow, yeah, big E above
it-
the words Elton John.
Kind of looks like it's
Is the cross on the E a star? Oh yeah, okay, nice.
It seems like it's quality-ish. I don't know. These
It
straps,
literally looks like a purse.
these straps might be leather. There's like
Yeah,
purple
there's-
velvet on the
some
inside.
nice
Yeah, some
interior
screening on the
lining.
inside.
I think it is literally a purse.
It also
it's like a
came
tote.
with
Yeah.
What is
It's
the
more like a
difference?
tote bag.
bunch
Yeah.
of stuff here.
Listen,
Listen,
has got a little
I
more
have nothing
style.
against men can have purses if they
It's-
want.
I
I'm
I
just
don't think
saying,
that. I would not call that a purse before
No.
I'd call it a tote bag.
that looks
Yeah.
like that looks like my mother's purse.
Is your mother's purse a tote bag?
It's very big, yeah. She's knitting, and she's like, pushing 60 here, so it's
fair.
very
Bring
large.
it to the grocery store. Everybody frowns upon getting fucking plastic bags now.
Yeah, that's right.
To bring
Yeah.
your own
I can
totes.
bring my Elton.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it came with all these little boxes
This
with
is
like
this is actually
shit.
some high
Yeah,
quality
wow.
Some,
shit
like,
he's whipped out here.
golden Elton John logo on it.
is that,
So
a knife?
so these are the Elton John pens.
Okay.
Wow.
The pen set.
Fix that one. It's askew.
You pull one of those out.
They're engraved.
With
Well,
your name?
they're
They're
not
not
Elton's.
super fancy. They're like, for the folks who are listening to the audio version, it's
Look at
like,
that
very
pen.
nice.
yeah, in a velvet box. They're really long pens. They're like, there's like chopstick length.
So yeah, the pens go with the Elton John notebook they gave me.
Oh,
Of course.
wow.
With
with-
golden pages.
With the
Wow.
the
You
white leather and the golden pages.
You gonna use that?
Be a good,
I mean,
good D&D
for
book or
something.
what?
Yeah, I'll use it for something.
E for Ebris?
Yeah. D&D book.
Ebers starts with an I.
Oh, and we're showing it off on the camera
No, it doesn't
here.
start
No.
with an E.
Does it?
Yes.
I spelled it wrong on my page.
That's okay.
Which that's the way you spelled it. I think is a real. It's like ibis, but with a. I understood the way
Ibris.
you wrote it. It
Ibris.
made sense.
So here's the VIP tag that I could have wore to the concert, but why?
So
gotta-
people
I think it's
know.
So you know.
So Elton knows.
Picture Elton in his feather suit on the back.
This is the certificate of authenticity for the limited edition lithograph they
There's
sent
a
me.
lithograph.
Oh wow!
This is
This is a great
good
package.
Yeah, you truly were a VIP.
That is cool. Are you?
You cannot use this pass to go.
No, it is not a
go to the
backstage
venue
pass.
or
It is not a
backstage.
backstage pass. They print that right on there.
All access.
No.
Sorry,
I
sir.
have an Elton pass.
So I haven't actually looked at the lithograph yet, but
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
shit, yeah. Look
it
at
is-
that.
It is a very, very.
And it's signed by him. Oh yeah, and he's lying. Okay, that's cool.
That's fucking dope.
Listen, if you don't want to put that up in your house, I got a big old blank wall that would certainly
that is
fit
a
on
great.
here.
Yeah, that's a great picture.
That's a
That's
real
neat.
dope litho.
So there's two more things. Well, I should say three more because these two
probably that-
boxes have three things in
It's
it.
wonder if
probably
everyone got a
that new
different
iPhone.
picture.
So this is the greatest keychain ever.
It's a big E.
Uh,
Big man.
It's a big golden E.
My name is Eads. I feel like this is my brand here a little bit.
And
Look at
last
this.
is the travel box
Oh shit!
for the
look at
Elton
this
John
stuff.
What is that?
luggage hold. This is a
Luggage
luggage
tag.
tag
Oh, wow.
And a passport holder.
The passport holder.
Like
Holy.
inlaid with the, like fucking gold it looks like. That's wow.
Oh, I would just go up to security and be like, "I'm Elton John. Look at this stuff."
Oh no, I'm totally putting my passport.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
I am absolutely using this as a passport holder. I'm not. I never use checked baggage, so I don't need the luggage holder.
Oh,
You can put
Well,
lots
I'll
of
take
things
it.
in that. You know? Just-
This is holy.
this is cool.
How much was this? These tickets.
The tickets were $200.
That's not bad at
I feel
all.
like you got
And you get to
$200
see
worth
a
of shit right here.
concert.
But yeah, the concert was amazing. He played for 2 hours and 45 minutes straight.
Crazy.
Fuck's sakes.
He's how old did I say he was in the,
I was like
72?
72, yeah.
Crazy.
You guys see that movie?
Not yet. No.
It's very good.
Rocket Man, I think it's called, right?
Of the two movies, that we were talking about.
Bohemian
that came out about
Rhapsody and Rocket Man.
musicians. It is the far better one.
What's that? Is that a pencil?
Oh, this is a pencil, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You should use all this. You should make a character of Elton John. Use your Elton John for pencils.
You should make a character called Elton John. Use your Elton John pencils.
Yeah, for sure.
Spelled a little differently.
When
ELTIN.
when we all die next session,
Yeah,
I'll be rolling up Elton John.
I thought
dope.
of the movie because they show, like, when he pulled out that picture, the lithograph, it fucking, like, I was like, wow, they made that guy look really like Elton John in that movie.
Back on the keyboard.
But
That's
yeah, like
dope.
all this stuff came as a shock too, because my buddy came to pick me up Friday before the concert, and he's carrying this box with him, and I'm like, what's up with that box? Are you just dropping garbage at my house? And he's like, no, this is the VIP package stuff. I'm like, what?
Fucking A.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I had
Super cool.
Had no idea any of this stuff was coming, and yeah, it's all pretty cool.
Was that Saturday or Friday?
Friday.
I like me some Elton John.
Me too.
How come did you think the Elton John concert was on Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. Never mind. All my questions stop there.
For over a year. Because we bought these tickets when they went on sale, and they went on sale like June 2018 or something like that. And the concert was end of September 2019.
Right.
So bought the tickets. I knew there was 2 shows. I knew I was going to the first of 2 shows.
Right.
But for some reason, I had it in my head that the second show was was Friday. So therefore, the show that I'm going to must be Thursday.
Right.
So planned everything.
The logic is there.
Planned everything for Thursday. Told everyone, hey, I'm not going to be streaming next week because I got the Elton John concert. It's going to be great. I'm going to tell you all about it. Took the next day off work because I'm like, I don't want to go to work
Hungover, tired.
after the Elton show because I'm going to be wired. I'm going to be ready to go.
Yep.
Friday night's all right for fighting.
That's right.
Let me
Tiny
tell you.
Dancer all night
That's what
long.
he says. That's the name of that song.
But yeah, it ended up being Friday. So
Long story short, it ended up being on Friday.
Do you keep the day off?
yeah, I kept the day off.
Oh yeah, got fucking good and
What kind
drunk
of a
before you
fucking
went.
hero goes in on a scheduled day off?
Well, I can get my
real
day. I can
hero.
get my days back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Relatively short
I guess,
notice,
I guess
yeah.
if you have a finite number of days.
Yeah, could have done that, but I mean, what's the point?
Ah.
I also had to work the Saturday after, so it
Oh, yeah,
defeated the
double
entire purpose of everything that I wanted to do.
Fuck the concert Friday night.
I did not know about that. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I thought you were just going to cash in and have a long weekend.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Well, that's real dope though. All that stuff.
Yeah, that's a
good
real nice
package,
picture.
yeah.
I was kind of rolling my eyes when you brought it in here, but it did not even as that big of an Elton John fan. Tangential fan. I know his hits.
Yeah,
and yeah, he played all of them.
Yeah.
Every single one.
2 hours
I
and
should have seen him.
45
This
minutes.
is probably our last shot. Maybe our last shot to see him live. Eh?
That's what they're calling
It's
it.
a retirement
it's
tour,
The
isn't
farewell
Oh, this
tour.
is-
This is the last tour.
I mean, how many people farewell and then he is 72. Granted, Rolling Stones were older when they did the exact same.
It was
Just
funny.
for the record.
Going into the arena, there was an advertisement for the next Ozzy Osbourne farewell tour.
Yeah.
And I think the name of the tour was like For Real This Time or something like
How many
that.
is it, like
pretty good.
6 or 7?
Did you guys hear Ozzy Osbourne's song with Post Malone?
I've heard of it. I've
Yeah.
heard memes where
Yeah.
people are like, man, this Ozzy Osbourne guy's got talent. He's gonna go far.
Yeah. I fucking thought.
Fucking idiots.
Me and Warren listened to it. I actually thought it was pretty good. But
sure
boy,
it's
was
fun.
it fucking weird when he showed up because I was listening to the Post Malone album all the way through without even knowing he was on there. And when that first song kicks on and Ozzy Osbourne starts singing, you're like,
Ozzy's still alive? What the
am I
fuck?
fucking, did the album end? Am I on shuffle now?
That's real weird, actually, that Ozzy is still
With Post Malone?
making music. I don't even know. You could play 20 Post Malone songs. I have no idea. I know he kind of looks like Seth Rogen a little bit. I've seen pictures of him.
Maybe.
He's a chunky dude, similar hair, and
Tattoos on his face.
he wears real. I didn't
Just
see the
like Seth
tattoos.
Rogen.
I saw a picture of him getting flashed today. That was it.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
He had a
I've
big
I've
smile.
been trying really hard to like come up with things I'm going to do with all this stuff. Like the lithograph I'll put up and I'll figure something to do with that.
Yeah. Nice
Uh,
little frame
the
for it.
passport holder, obviously my passport's going straight into that
That's right.
motherfucker.
It's right there in the name of it.
But the bag, I'm thinking I'm just going to start using it as like my lunch bag at work.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Fucking power move.
Yeah.
On a day of power moves.
So yeah,
What about the luggage tag?
I don't know. I guess I have to get luggage that it needs a tag.
You should
I
just
guess I
get
could just
luggage.
use it on my carry-on. Just
Yeah.
put it on there
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, totally.
Just in case you get lost.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, you could put a luggage tag on fucking anything just
Yeah.
in case you get lost.
Even not luggage.
Yeah.
put it on my phone.
Put it in
Yeah.
your car.
Put it on your phone.
Yeah, put it on my
your
car.
Yeah. If lost, please return to
Elton
Sir
John.
Elton. Yeah.
Brandon, you play any video games?
I did. I finished a bunch of video games.
Oh,
And started one.
there's a week of finishing.
Yes. I finished Link's Awakening.
Good.
It
I assume there were
is-
no major changes from the
No,
original.
it's Link's Awakening.
It's weird.
still.
Ganon wins. Link dies. Ganon's not
Ganon's
even in
not-
Link's
no.
Awakening, is he?
No, it's a weird story in
Yeah.
the Zelda universe. It's
Wind-
kind of dark in a
Windfish.
weird way. Yeah, the Windfish.
Is it dark? What's the?
It's not dark. It's very
Majora's Mask kind of world ending. We're stuck in this purgatory.
kind of a little bit along those lines more so. But yeah, I think that game was really good.
Yeah.
It was not like it was beautiful, but it was the same game in
Yeah.
a way that you can only get so.
What
I
about-
was super excited when it got announced. I was super happy when I was playing it, and it was then when it's over, it's like, well, that's exactly what I expected.
Finish
Yeah.
it. What about Dampy's dungeon?
No, that stuff's not very
Okay.
fun. That stuff's not very fun. In fact, I got all the items
We
in the
sort of
game
knew that.
except for a third empty bottle. So I have one glaring empty spot
Ooh.
on my list of items.
That's upsetting.
And it's locked behind one of the tutorials for the grave building thing that I just refuse to go any further in.
What system was it originally released on?
I was on the Game Boy, and then a DX
So is
version
this
came
one
out
of
on
those
Game Boy
like
Color.
cell shaded, really
DS.
cartoon?
I think isn't
D-
DX
no, it
the
was
wrestler?
DX. It
It's
was
a full remake.
Link's Awakening
No,
DX was what it
but-
was called.
Oh, on the DS though.
No, came out
Or-
on the Game Boy Color.
Oh, on the Game Boy
Yes.
Color. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Originally, though, it was like cell shaded and like cartoony looking.
It's different. It's a different style than they've ever done before. It is definitely more cartoony, but it's not like
I think
the
I
Toon
recognize
Link.
this one.
Look, it's
Yeah, Toon
he almost
Link.
looks like he's not like that.
Oh,
He looks
okay.
like a toy. Like he's still
Now he does. He looks like a Fisher Price toy.
yeah.
On the
in
Game
this
Boy,
one.
he looks like Sprite
Oh, and then,
Link.
yeah, in
like
the Game Boy,
like
it's
you
like-
kind of imagine Sprite Link looks. I don't really know how to
like a
describe
Zelda,
it. other than
almost a Zelda 1 Link. Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The probably the craziest part is okay. Well, it doesn't. This isn't the craziest part. It doesn't run super well all the time.
that. Maybe the craziest part.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like it's whenever it feels like it's I almost have to make it do it
Yeah.
to do it. Like it's usually when I kill a bunch of enemies and I leave and try and come back really quick, where it's like we weren't ready for this. We haven't put those enemies back yet. But no, I think the craziest thing is that they took the whole thing and other than the dungeons, they made the whole thing like a constant scroll
Yeah.
instead of the kind of
Screen
screens
by
ending and
screen.
everything.
It's crazy
Yeah,
the way
which
that it
is-
like seamlessly moves. It's the same game, but it like
It
in the
feels
nature
very
it plays
different.
very different.
Yeah. And it almost it's almost enough to get you a little bit turned around because like there were spots where you'd go up a screen and then you'd be like literally blocked off to go anywhere except right to the next screen. Like it was just this tiny little passage you could go through to get, and then there was something about the way that I never knew where that screen, like where the ends of the screens were, where that same spot took me a long time to find because I was like, I remember I just go up one and then without moving go like right one, and that's how I got to where I want to be, and
Because
I don't
the
know where
screen
that
doesn't
is.
Shift. It's-
Exactly.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, but
That's
yeah,
weird.
it was exactly if it had run a little bit better, it would have been exactly what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Exactly what they wanted to put out.
Wonder how that game is for someone who's never played the original, where like to hear some of the things where like, oh, to open this passage to this dungeon, you just got to hit this bush, you just got to kill this bush. It's just you just got to kind of you just kill it. You should be killing every bush apparently. You just it's just sort of the nature of it where you just happen to hit this area of the world and that's where the switch is.
I think it's the exact same thing as like a Link to the Past, though, where it's just there's stuff in Link to the Past where
that's the relatively new one, right?
no Link
that's
to the
Link
Past.
Between Worlds.
Yeah,
That's
Link
the
to the
Super
Link
Nintendo.
to the
I've
Past
never
is the Super
played Link.
Nintendo one.
I've
There,
never
some of those top-down Zeldas, there's definitely an element of like
It's old games though.
I don't fucking know
Yeah.
how you thought I was going to know that.
I mean, even the first Zelda, like the one on the NES, there was one dungeon that you had to get to by lighting a particular bush on fire with the candle item, like 75 screens away from where you picked up the candle.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't know how it would be because for me, I always kind of knew. Like sometimes I'd get a little bit hung up, and then I'd be like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to go give this guy the fucking stick, and then he gives me the thing, and I trade it for this, and then I'm good.
I wonder, especially as like a younger player, where certainly a lot of like families and kids probably playing Nintendo Switch. I wonder if you give a kid like, oh, this is it's really cutesy Zelda, awesome, love it. Here you go.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if a kid in modern video game times
Could figure it out.
could figure it, but like I'm sure you eventually get it, but would
Yeah.
it just be like the most frustrating? Like I'm so fucking done with this.
Sure. Yeah. You can get to spots where it's very much like I have a whole map. I've played enough of the game where pretty much the whole map is available, and I have no idea even where to start looking for the next thing I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning it's kind of easy because you're like, well, just keep trying to go to parts of the map that you haven't
If
explored.
it's an
yet.
unexplored place,
Yeah,
probably making progress.
It'll probably figure it out. But yeah, there are definitely times, and I remember this from the first time I played it, the original Game Boy Color. Well, not the Game Boy Color version is the one I played, where it was just like, this is a pretty big world for me to not know which bush I'm supposed to cut down to go down the stairs to cross the river.
Yeah, exactly. And like, especially in the context of modern gaming, where like I could see that being. I heard that exact anecdote where it's like it's a specific bush to open a staircase or whatever.
Yeah,
and like the bush, I would be I'd be like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that?
I feel like if you just play enough Zelda, you just know.
Yeah.
If you get to the river, there's no way across. There's a bunch of bushes right by the river, and eventually you're like,
okay, it's on the same screen at least.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. It is on the. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. And there's like nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Like you get to the river and it's like, this is a dead end except for this fucking cluster of bushes down here.
Oh well, better give up.
Off I go. Yeah, I don't know. Some of that might just be like an inherent knowledge of Zelda games where I'm just like, cut down all the bushes while I'm here just to make sure. Yeah, and then I will beat Gears 5.
How did it end? Well,
okay, so story-wise,
you told me some things last week.
Story-wise, character-wise, like, I mean, it's not going to blow you away with its characters. It's still Gears, but the stories, the characters, the writing, I thought were all very good by Gears of War standard.
Okay, by Gears
of War standards.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
I thought it was, and some of it was
middling,
good,
but not going to blow your socks off.
Yeah, and some of it was. I thought some parts of it were very good. There was a lot of stuff that kind of harkened back to Gears 2 that I was like fascinated and like shushing the people I was in a party with so I could hear what was going on because I was like, oh, this is neat. They're answering questions I didn't even know I had a little bit. But from a technical point of view,
oh boy,
that game got super fucked up the farther into it I got. So it started getting bad in Act 2. So Act 1 is a very linear act. Mm-hmm. Act 2 is an open world. Mm-hmm. Act 3 is an open world.
Okay.
A different open world. And then Act 4 is a very linear kind of finish. That's it. Kind of
4 acts? What the fuck? These people
Yeah,
never read
but
Shakespeare?
Act 2 and that is kind of weird. Act 2 and Act 3 are pretty long though, because especially if you're trying to explore and get all the collectibles and stuff, which are very useful because they super power up Jack, your little robot buddy.
He rips doors. I know who he is.
Yeah. So about near the end of Act 2, all throughout Act 3 completely, and then kind of pinnacling at the beginning of Act 4, it got super, super buggy.
Yeah, you like sent me a text one night of just like, Act 3 is fucking broken or something.
So we had,
like,
first of all, when enemies were loading in, it would just hitch up like crazy. Like 2 frames a second for a few seconds where it was just like, And
you were playing 3-player multiplayer, right?
3-player multiplayer. Okay. And we knew like it was happening with such consistency. I would just be like, oh, there's enemies here because the game just stopped working. And then there were numerous occasions where our guy operating our robot, some of his abilities just stopped working.
Oh, good.
And we'd have to we'd have to back out to the menu and go back in to make it work.
Have to go through the steps where he's like, they're not working. And you're like, yes, they are. Just hit them on time. We know you're fucking up and just not playing well.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah,
like, no, they're not working.
I mean, now that you say that, it could 100%. That could still be it because we never made him prove it. But we just backed out and went back in whenever he said that. We had a situation in Act 3. This was probably the worst part. We had a situation in Act 3 where we got to a part where enemies would not spawn. And we could not proceed in the chapter.
Oh, good.
We backed out several times. We hard reset everything, went back in. Enemies would never respawn. Had to restart that chapter from the beginning, which we kind of motored through it in like 25 minutes.
Still,
but still,
what
it
the
was
fuck?
Yeah, it was like this. You can't ship this.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And then in Act 4, we just didn't have audio for until the first checkpoint.
Who needs it?
Yeah, and we kept reloading it, and then we finally found the workaround is to get to the next checkpoint and then back out and reload.
Well, that's fucked.
Yeah,
Everybody's
real
playing on
fucked up.
Everybody's playing on Xbox. It's not like there's any fancy
Nope.
Xbox to PC nonsense going on.
I'm hesitant to blame our internet a lot of these problems other people were having.
Okay.
Some of them
Prevalent issues.
Yeah, some of them I was like, well, maybe our internet's not working, but it just happens so consistently day after day at a point where I'm just like, no, this game, it's just Warren was respawning with guns that he didn't have when he checkpointed one time. Like, it was really fucked up.
Well, that could be good, right? Maybe like get a
It
sweet
just never
gun
seemed
upgrade.
to be.
Yeah, no
Never-
audio. Maybe
never
it makes
seemed
the
to be
story
good.
better. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too bad.
It really was, because it was, if it had run well and didn't have all the technical stuff, I'd be like, it'll probably come up during Game of the Year a few times.
Pretty high on it.
Yeah. And it's unbelievable looking. Like, it looks beautiful when it's running well. Like especially this Act 2, the snow area is just beautiful, and you're shooting you're shooting the ice under enemies to make them fall
I've seen
through,
that.
and there's like the wind picks up and it's like knocking blocks of ice towards you that you're dodging, and it all looks fucking awesome. And then sometimes it just stops working.
I heard the PC port is really good. I'm looking forward to
should
seeing
do
how
it.
it looks on PC eventually.
Maybe it works better on PC.
Almost done Gears 3. Act 5 on Gears
Then
3.
you're gonna do Gears 4.
Yeah. The person I'm playing with wants to play Judgment, and I'm like, dude,
No. Don't do
that's
it.
what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, we can't. We don't have the time.
Yeah.
Like, we got to see the full Gears experience.
No.
I'm not linking the chat on this live recording. There's a chance to hear in the chat if you're here. See, it's not just me. It's not just me.
This is just not a good game.
The Council of Video Gamesmen has said nay to
Nay.
Gears of War Judgment.
Is Cliffy still on board here?
No.
No.
Cliffy and I are feuding. Don't worry, I know what he's working on. Cliffy and I are big feud.
Does Cliffy know about you?
I don't know.
Okay.
That makes the best feuds. No, if
This is one-sided ones.
honestly, if he
Never see you coming.
knew about me, I'd have to dial down the feud because, like, I don't want to be me. I don't want to make him feel bad. I just
Yeah.
want to have a funny internet feud, you know. No, he remember they made Lawbreakers and it didn't do great, and Bosky went under, and he said, "I paid my employees 401ks," and the employees were like, "Actually, no, he didn't. No, he totally didn't. This man is lying. He did not pay our 401ks or severance or any of that." And then he had a tweet about, like, I was done in video games. Oops, stupid brain. I got an idea.
I remember this.
Stupid
Now
brain.
that you got there.
Yes,
Stupid
Brando,
brain.
I know, really latched on to stupid brain.
As soon as he said that, I was like, "Oh right, this was a news
Before
story."
that tweet, though, wasn't he complaining about everybody complaining about him? Be
Yeah,
like,
he's
this
like,
is
this is why I'm
not-"
leaving video
Yeah.
games. Because the people were like,
Yeah,
can you
now-
give us a refund? Because, like, you know, your game is like, shutting down. He's like, well, actually, I haven't taken a salary,
Yeah.
and I've paid my employees severance. And it came out that, no, actually.
Then the employees were
none of
coming
that-
out being
I
like,
know
"You
that
didn't pay
happened."
me my severance."
I know that we sort of talked about that story as it was happening. It wasn't that big of a deal, but you doing it in that voice, now I have a feud with
Yeah,
Cliffy
no,
B.
I have a very
fuck,
I have a
And that's
very real
exactly
feud.
how he sounds too.
I have a very real feud with Dude Huge. He is a shitty developer who is
Yeah.
fucking shitty to his employees. It's not your game, Cliffy B. It's the game of the people who actually do the coding and the work and the art and everything that goes into it. He sits behind a desk and says, "What if we had a do-rag? What if the main character said, ah, shit. But can we get murder boners in there somewhere?"
I mean, the shit thing is a work of art.
For the same,
I feel like that
you're
is
not-
a pro
You're
from
not.
Cliffy
You're
B.
not wrong. For the same reason that Randy Pitchford and I are feuding, which is not because he's an alleged pedophile. It's because he says my game when he refers to Borderlands 3. I mean, the pedophile thing, obviously, we're feuding, but fuck you, Hugh. Video game, like, fuck you. If Casey Hudson ever came out and was like, "Wow, hey, thanks to me for Mass Effect," fuck you, Casey. It's like Kojima's putting out all sorts of tweets this week. They're like, "I just want to thank myself for scheduling the staff and doing the art and working on the merchandise and making sure we go
feud
gold."
with Kojima?
Yes.
Okay.
And fixing the bugs and doing all this. I just want to thank myself for Death Stranding.
When Death Stranding like tanks, and then he starts lashing out at everybody. That's when that feud.
That's when the
starts,
feud starts,
yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It has to go bad first.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has to
you're
go
right.
bad first.
Kojima-san and I are still good to answer your question, then.
Some positives that I will say to bring this back around.
Cliffy B, not at all involved as far as I know
That's right.
in Gears of
so
War
there are positives.
4, 5, and onwards.
Yes. The Coalition
That's right.
is what they're called now.
Bad. name for a group of
Is
studios.
there a named guy at the head? Like, is somebody kind of?
Oh yeah, there was a guy at the top of the credits.
There totally is a guy. There is a new head of the coalition who is their public face. I don't know his name because I'm not like way into Gears.
It's like the 343 thing where it's like you made your.
I know the 343 dude only because Frankie is like old time Bungie and was their PR dude for a million years. Is the only reason I know him from 343. But same way. Exactly.
But what I more meant was it's like the 343 thing where they're like, we made this one game with this one thing, and now we're gonna name our development company after it.
Fair.
Because that's what Coalition is.
Fair.
Too,
Yeah.
It's a Gears.
It's kind of a cool name.
Because remember, the
game
COG was the coalition of governments, and their gear. Do you get it? COGs and the gears of in their
the
gears.
Gears of War.
Everything in Gears. We're playing through Gears 3. Everything has a Gears motif. The windowsills are like gear motifed in a way that fucking
Pendulum War.
makes me roll my eyes.
The Gears. The pendulum.
Yeah, I thought it was the pendulum war because like it's what the advantage was on this side, and then it swung. Now these guys are winning,
But picture
and now
a clock with a bunch of moving gears. And
oh
the
yeah,
pendulum.
okay, all right, sure.
Anyway, the part some of the stuff I really liked was they made almost an entirely different game for whoever's playing Jack, assuming his abilities
that sounds
work.
really cool.
Like weirdly different in that everything you knew about Gears is you forget it. You're not going behind cover. You're turning invisible. You're stunning people. You
Bringing
can take
weapons or
take
whatever.
over enemies
Oh,
in
weird.
a control-like way.
And then like you're playing the enemy.
then
as
you're
the third,
playing
in
the
third
enemy,
person?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's a lot of that. Like I said, the game looks incredible. They did some cool stuff with like the main character Kate, who I played the whole way through, where she'd get like these visions and kind of see things from her perspective differently than Warren was seeing them from his perspective for a
weird.
story reason.
Weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of good in that game.
Yeah.
and
It sounds
the
like
first two acts were kind of blowing me away a little bit.
technical problems with notwithstanding. It sounds like a pretty positive package overall. I mean, those technical issues, holy fuck, are like
They're
deal
real
breakers.
bad. Yeah, they're real
But
bad.
That's really strange. We'll get. I'll get to it on mine eventually. I'm curious if we have the same issues.
I hope. Oh yeah, hopefully it runs better because I think if it, like I said, if it runs well for you, I think there's a lot of stuff in there that you could be like, this is fucking. There's a lot of good moments of the year. There's a lot of kind of fun characters. There's a lot of good stuff.
Which would be kind of cool for a Gears game. It's been a long time since I feel like Gears really blew the socks off the audience.
That's right.
What else?
I started Ultimate Alliance
How
because
is
I have
it?
a month until the next thing I need to play comes out.
How is it?
It's pretty good. I
This
wish
is,
I wish
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Nintendo Switch.
I wish anyone else was playing it with me.
It's literally just you?
It's
I thought Warren and
just
Andy
me.
were both.
Nope, neither of them wanted in.
How come they gave me so much shit when I was like, guys, this game looks bad. I think
I
I'm
think
out.
you were the first domino to fall.
Oh, okay.
And then they're like, well, if he isn't getting it, then why are we getting it? And I'm like, well, I'll
They've
get
never
it.
done that with any other game.
Yeah, well, here I am.
I mean,
They
can't-
can't
playing
put
alone.
that on one on me. They can't put that one on me.
You and Warren could at least co-op it.
Yeah, I asked Warren if he wanted to get
Is that a
it. and
thing?
he said he
Single?
didn't want
Can
to
they? Could you like bring your Switch out and split screen
get
co-op?
it.
Same screen co-op usually.
I don't know. I don't know if you can do that.
Oh, really?
Maybe you can.
Totally.
You
That'd
could.
be weird.
You could do it. You couldn't too.
Yeah,
I'll see. I'll
I was
look
gonna say
into that.
totally used to be able to. That'd
Yeah.
be.
It's another one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like it is just another one of those.
Yeah, that's probably fair to say.
Nah. For
It's-
$80.
The roster list on it seems really small, too.
It's all Spider-Man as well. Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen,
Hey,
Miles Morales.
I fucking love me all the Spider-Man.
I feel like there's 12 Spider-Men on that fucking list.
They could make 24 Spider-Man. I'd play that game.
Spider-Man
Fuck all these
Ultimate
other
Alliance,
guys
more
getting in my
like.
way. Everyone fucking walking on the ground when I'm fucking zipping around.
Who is this Wolverine?
Yeah, it's very it's a story based on the Infinity Gauntlet, which is a little bit probably because that's what's big right now. And yeah, you get your 4 characters at a time. They all have different abilities. The abilities can kind of mesh up. And you're upgrading your characters. You're getting more slots for more abilities. You got kind of like the big experience put
Wheel
points into
thing.
like the diamond where it's like put a whole bunch into vitality, and now the vitality spike goes out from the middle.
Oh yeah, what
You
are
know,
they? There's a
here's-
word for those.
Yeah.
I love like the graph where it shows you your stats.
Yeah, it's like you're really high up here in
there's
vitality, but then
totally a
it kind
word
of
for
caves
those.
in because
They're so stupid, but I love them so
yeah,
much.
me too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's exactly what I thought I was getting.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it. I wish it would be It is a great game to just sit and chat and bullshit with people while you like mash up a whole bunch of enemies.
Yeah.
Like a Diablo.
Totally.
Or
Maybe a Borderlands.
When no one
type
wants
of-
to play with you, you're just kind of like, I guess fucking put on some internet videos.
Guess I'm
See what
getting
Matt Eads is doing on the
back
stream.
into wrestling, I guess.
Yeah.
Click.
Pretend I have friends.
And hey, those games are needed. Those games are valuable. Games that I don't got to pay attention to.
Hell yeah. That's
Control,
right.
I had to fucking pay
That's
attention
right.
to the
There's
whole time.
way too much time in my life that I wish I could like make my life shorter by just throwing away some
Yeah.
like just losing time almost.
It's
you
more
know?
like, do I want to sit here and watch this with all my attention? No. But I kind of want to know what happened.
There's totally, I understand
So-
that. There's totally, you're in a mood where
Yeah.
like I just kind of want to, I want to do something else, but I need like I want to watch wrestle.
Yeah. Neither of these
But I need
these
something
things
to-
deserve all my attention.
Yeah, that's
they
fair.
both deserve half my attention.
I suppose
That
that's
fits
all right.
together real nicely, like a puzzle piece.
Yeah, sure. A yin and a yang, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Because otherwise, I wouldn't watch wrestling or play Ultimate Alliance.
And probably your life would be way better.
But then I'd probably be doing nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Just sitting there.
Literally just sitting there, looking out the window, waiting for cars to drive by.
That is, I believe, all I played.
Yeah. I started playing the Citadel DLC for Mass Effect 3, which I've never played.
Oh shit! I saw you saying. Did you never play the Leviathan either?
Only whatever came out at launch, which was only the
Arrival.
From Ashes.
Or From Ashes, yeah.
just the Javik.
Yeah, Javik, yeah.
Yep, that was it. I've never played Leviathan, which I played.
Leviathan changes. Yeah, Leviathan changes everything.
This is for Mass Effect 3?
Yep.
Can you jog my memory on these things?
So, the Reapers, you know how in 2 they're building a Reaper out of humans and it looks like a human?
Yep.
In Leviathan, you learn why the Reapers look the way they look now.
I don't think I...
Like kind of the squid people.
You
mentioned
find
something about this, but I
find
don't
the race
remember
that the Reaper is based on, and you should maybe think about playing it because
It's incredibly world changing in a way that you're like, this should have been in the main game, but also this is super dope right now.
How
and,
far...
and it also totally triples down on the indoctrination theory in
Yep.
a way that I'm like, fucking yes.
Yeah, it's like I remember that being a theory, and then playing the DLC after and being like, it's confirmed.
They know it.
It's
Yep,
confirmed.
they're in. So fucking indoctrinated.
How
This is
far
art.
away from the main game was Leviathan?
You can do it whenever you want. It's just
No. Like, when did they
It
release
was
it?
the last thing to come out, wasn't it?
I thought Citadel was. I thought the last piece of Mass Effect DLC because it's like a fun farewell to all that.
Maybe it was, yeah. Oh, yeah, because there was all the like party stuff you could do, yeah.
Oh, I'm right there.
Yeah.
It's it was a few months after. It was definitely a few months, I think.
I feel like...
You and I probably only played From Ashes. We probably only played that character one. It is fucking crazy, Leviathan. Like, I am so glad especially you haven't played Mass Effect 3 since it came out, which was over 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
I remember zero about that game, and it is so good.
Is that a PlayStation 3 game?
Yes. Yeah. It's so good.
It's really good.
Oh my god. So I'm in the Citadel DLC. We have just kind of wrapped up. It seems like we have done the business, and now like my next objective is go get supplies for a party.
Yep.
Which I'm so fucking excited for. We didn't have time to do it today.
I remember Citadel.
I think I thought I remember Citadel. There's a just a side mission with you hanging out with your crew of like I'm shooting bottles with Garrus and
Yeah.
like that is just in the game. That is not Citadel.
That's main game.
Yeah. Citadel
So what's
is
Citadel?
big spoilers for this DLC that came out another year ago. There is another Shepherd. Shepherd?
What the fuck?
Yeah, you should watch it. You should play it. I mean, let me tell you,
Crazy.
there's a liquid Shepherd. It is fucking crazy, dude.
Hey, you can
and
always go back to
Leviathan.
Mass Effect 3. Games right now, there's nothing to play right now. Go back and play Mass Effect 3.
It's so
really
good.
should.
It's so good in a way that like I don't want to sound like an old man, but as I'm playing, like they just don't make them like this anymore. As I'm playing through it, and like
BioWare literally
Yeah.
can't make them
I
like
know
this anymore.
Oh man, like I just spent 2 hours just talking with Thane or whatever, and hearing all his dialogue and reading like having codex entries read to me, and I love Mass Effect so much.
I was at the Edmonton Comic and Toy Expo last week.
Metal Alexa Bliss.
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Feet of
fucking
Fury.
right, I did. But BioWare had like a booth there, and there were people there, the developers. I imagine I didn't recognize any of them,
They're hiring QA testers right now.
but like I like if it was okay to spit indoors in that area, I would have spit indoors in their view because
Yeah.
like I had like disdain for these guys.
Yeah.
I got I don't think it was personalized, but
And
it
it's
was
really
a,
not their fault, but really,
Gotta spit at something.
it was a like it wasn't just a random email. I think it was because I had worked or applied for that job before. I totally got an email this week of like, hey, we're hiring QA testers in Edmonton, new office, yada yada yada.
Do it.
Yeah, they're new.
What are they hiring for? No. As a studio, I have talked.
Do it.
I have talked way too much shit on the internet, I think, for me
I
to ever
guess
get
so, yeah.
It's true.
another job. Because Andromeda's a fucking shit game, and I'm not afraid to say it. Also Anthem. Anthem's
Also
a really...
Anthem,
Anthem
yeah.
was the shit game that I'm like, this game's bad, you guys. And it was like, you just haven't given it a try. The internet was mad that I thought Anthem was bad.
I
but here we
I
are.
remember being mad that you were mad at Anthem before it came out.
I had played
I
it before
remember
it
that
came
too.
out. And even before I had hands on it, you can... Listen, it's like...
It looked cool.
It's like
coming on.
riots. When Homer and The Simpsons, you know, when you've been in as many riots as Homer has, you can just feel them coming. It's bad games.
I've been wrong about
can-
enough games.
I can sense bad games coming from a fucking mile away, buddy.
I've been wrong about enough, like on both sides of the fence. Good games that I thought were going to be good that were not, and games that I thought were going to be bad that were not. That I can no longer trust myself in
Clear-
a way that you can.
Clear eyes, open mind.
What do you-
Respectful way to live.
Let's say you do apply and get the job. What do you
As you
what do
should.
you what do you think's gonna happen? They're gonna like look through. You're gonna be chatting with your office mates. Be like,
Yeah.
I actually streamed for a long time before I got the
I
job.
wouldn't tell them that.
Exactly, you wouldn't tell them that.
No.
Then
Actually,
maybe
it would-
maybe they'll
delete the
stumble
Twitter.
upon it.
It would honestly, it would
But
come
it's
up.
not
It
like
would come
they're
up in the
gonna-
interview. It would
it's-
totally come up in the interview.
It's
Or
not like they're gonna comb your past. You're not becoming the president.
I'd be
Have
like,
you ever said something bad about BioWare
Oh, brother.
or any of our franchises?
I would
Let
be
me tell
real.
you.
I'd be like, I worked on Dragon Age 2 and recognized a lot of the issues with that game and brought them
Be
up.
like, bitch, I'm not blind.
Yeah.
I've played your games.
They don't want to hire me because I've already I've tasted the Kool-Aid and been like, oh, there's arsenic in this, basically. Like, I have lived that
Yeah.
culture and realized that it is toxic, and hiring quote full-time contract workers is a bunch of fucking non-union bullshit.
You should just lie.
No.
Just lie.
If they asked me to go back, I'd tell them to fuck themselves.
Just lie.
Like,
That's
it's-
kind of mean.
I would.
They're trying- they're
I
trying
wouldn't
to be
take the
nice.
job. I wouldn't take the job, honestly. If it was offered to me on a silver platter, I wouldn't take it. It's a dead end job with
is.
no future.
It really is.
And I don't need that kind of stress. Was bad enough when BioWare was bumping and Mass Effect 2 was the greatest game on the market.
Maybe it's easier now that everything's shitty.
Dude.
Yeah,
Everybody's
Maybe
just
be like, I'll just come in when I want.
And the head of the studio
Nobody
was in
cares.
Edmonton
Yeah.
at least, so if there were problems, Casey Hudson was a floor away, and could. And Mark Darrow was right there with us, and now they are across the world in different studio. No, absolutely
I
not.
bet you that's
beer
one of those
and
jobs though
flying
that you
jets.
could probably just coast and do nothing for a few
Totally.
weeks before anybody even
Oh
noticed.
yeah, easily for your entire contract.
Yeah.
Easily, because you're just like, I just found no bugs today. I played the demo all day. Nothing
Yeah.
broke. I didn't find
You
anything
guys are
today.
doing a great job.
Yeah.
Ship it.
Yeah, and that's
Call it Anthem.
that's what they probably are hoping for. They're like, oh great, hey, well, what a great product we have. Yeah, no, all
Well
the
done. Well struck.
it's like, it's without sounding like a total drama queen. Working there the first time, I'm still in a way reeling from some of the impact from working there the first time.
You drank out of that mug though.
I did.
You
I
always
still have
brought
the
that
I still have
thermos.
the
You always
Bioware
brought
cup.
that thermos to
Still have the Bioware
school.
cup. Because I was totally on. I was like everybody's applying. I was like, yeah, I want to play video game. I'm working at Bioware. This is great. Until you're like, you realize, well, actually, we don't get benefits, and
You get the fucking cup. Though.
we can only work for 3 months, and then they have to fire us because otherwise we're technically employees and we are completely replaceable. And it's a bad scene. It's a bad scene.
Yeah,
it's
no good.
all office politicking. It no thanks. I wouldn't do
That's
it.
the part I'm best at.
I wouldn't do it. I honestly, legitimately would not do it.
Good.
I was friends with the girl with the big tits, so
She
she got a lot of stuff
Just
handed
fucking
to her.
politic right in behind her.
I'm still that when I say I'm still reeling from the effects, that is my
It was the tits.
no. I can't talk. You shouldn't have said it like that because I can't really tell the story at all without being
don't.
super offensive. But
Don't.
we'll say we're still in touch.
Are you?
Yeah, totally. I've spoken with her. She has a
Oh.
family. She has a kid.
Yeah, she has a couple of kids.
Her partner was one of the creatures, which is a weird thing of my entire past colliding from multiple angles in ways that make no fucking sense.
The video game community is small.
In a way, well, yeah, it must
That's
be.
fucking
It's weird,
funny.
dude.
I
It's
follow her on
really,
Instagram,
really,
and
really weird.
sometimes I want to reach out to her because I
You
actually
should do
did
it.
like her.
Yeah, she's You should reach out. She's good people.
Yeah, she is. Okay.
It's just so fucking weird that the ways that all came together. It's like the Truman Show in a way where like this can't be coincidence. Destiny exists because
Cameras are on you all the time.
holy
Matt.
fucking shit. Stop that. I start playing Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, tell
It's-
me about it.
I really like it. It's
I-
so fucking stupid anime.
Did you obviously would have got to the opening credit kind of
Oh yeah.
the little cinematic with the car flipping
yep,
and he jumps
yep,
out of the car.
totally.
Fuck, that's really good. Yeah.
It's really good. It's really dumb anime in a way that I laugh at every. There's a button to read poems, which every time I press it, I'm laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Roses are pain.
Yeah.
Violets are pain.
It's how you re-energize your animal companions.
pain. Like it's so fucking ridiculous and anime. It's weird that they show nudity. They show like frontal nudity, but the nipples are gone. Like there are no features. It's like a mannequin. Like there are no nipples. There is no, without getting too graphic, pubic hair or anything. Like it is a weird featureless mannequin. But then other times they are totally censoring that stuff with like, here's a weird lens flare out of nowhere.
Stop sign flew in front of the boobs.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But then other times you just see the boobs. You just see full on
Just
boobs
with no nipples.
and they just have no nipples.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, well, that's weird. Do demons have no nipples? I don't know what's happening here, but.
Something's got to separate us.
And then to make it even weirder, apparently they censored only the PS4 version in some places where there's like extra camera lens flare to like cover. There's a scene with like Trish and a motorcycle, and in the Xbox you can see Trish's bum. In the PS4 version, there's a lens flare that covers it.
How
And,
far
like,
are you?
Not super far.
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
play. First mission is Dante. Just got to play as Dante.
Oh, okay. That's very close to where I am.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I also fell off. I should go back and play that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep chipping away. It's so fucking anime. It is like wowzers
Yeah.
in a way that those games have always been. I had a lot of questions coming in about like the continuity of like, well, DMC is in there. Does that count? What about DMC 4? Seems to be in the path. They have a video at the beginning that totally just lays all that out. And they're like, here's what
It
happens.
goes very fast though.
Yeah, I could keep up, though.
I couldn't. I needed to like pause it, but you can't pause it.
Yeah.
And then be like, okay, let's play that again. I think I got what you're saying. Let's just keep going.
Having played 4 and knowing the loose story of 1, 2, 3, like super loose. Of like, I don't know, his mom, she dies, and then Trish looks like his mom. She's a demon. I don't know. Was enough for me to be like, okay.
I think
remember
my
that.
biggest problem was that I had no prior experience for most of those early games, so they were throwing out names at me. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah. It is a direct
okay, who-
sequel to 4.
Right.
Like it seems like it happens a year after 4 or whatever, where he's like talking to his wife Kyrie, who is the character in 4. But it's weird because 4 seems like it's in the distant past with like steam. It's like a weird steampunk universe. There's not like cars and guns and cell phones, but 5 is totally like modern day times.
how does Dante play? Because I was really
Haven't
happy
played
with
him. Like
how
just unlocked
okay.
him. Haven't actually got into him yet.
I was super into how different but the same the first two characters
Yeah.
felt, where it was like you could pick it up and instantly know how to use them. Like the heavy attacks are the same, the light attacks are the same, but the whole concept of like, okay, you got to keep your actual player back now
Yeah, they're-
while your
V is-
minions fight.
V is fucking wild
V's-
compared to
yeah,
Nero.
It's so different. And I'm way better with V than
So am I.
Nero.
And I find it really hard where you play as V for a few missions, who is all ranged, and like you keep yourself way back, and then you have to kind of go in for the kill shot. I find it really hard to switch between them. We're like, oh, now I'm Nero, but I'm totally playing it like I'm V.
You know where I am now that I think about it is the second time you fight that boss that you fight at the beginning, the
Yep.
big guy on the chair.
Yeah, I just got past that.
I think he
Right
like
after.
beat me without me taking down his health at all.
Yep.
You're
You're supposed to die to him the first time, and then again you are supposed to die to him the second time, but you have to get a little bit farther into the fight.
I don't know.
It's
if
really
I got
dumb.
that far
It's
into the
it's
fight.
it's
yeah.
dumb in a way that like the first time I was like, oh, I played Dark Souls. It's a boss fight you're supposed to lose. It's too tough for you, and you have
Yeah.
to power up.
I
And
got it the first time, but
Yeah.
then the second time I fought him and it felt like I wasn't taking down his health at all.
No,
and
second-
I was like, oh,
The second time you don't take down his health at all, but then there's a spot where he like
is he just staying alive long enough? Or is
it is a set amount of damage. You just don't see the health meter move. It's a hidden
Gotcha.
health bar where it
Gotcha.
eventually does go down, and he's like, "Oh, you scratched me slightly. Now die." So you're gonna probably fight him 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 more times or whatever.
Okay. That actually makes me want to get back into it more because I think I got frustrated on just playing that once.
You break the
and
crystal.
being like, this fucking seems hard. I'm going to go play Control.
He has a crystal that floats in front of him that like protects him, and
Yeah.
you just keep attacking the crystal, and the crystal will eventually shatter, and then you'll get a cutscene.
Okay. Because I think when I was attacking the crystal and it wasn't moving, like the damage wasn't moving, I'm like, well, it's clearly not the crystal.
Yeah, it takes a really long time in a way that I'm like, you're probably supposed to lose this, right? And then the cutscene starts. I'm like, oh, thank God. It's good. I really like it. One of my like biggest gripes with that series has always been one of my biggest gripes with any anime series, like God of War, whatever, is that people are so fucking strong when they have to be, and then other times weak as a kitten.
Yep.
And I just hate that, like, it happened in Devil May Cry 4 a lot, where Dante is this crazy anime dude who can run on walls and fucking lift planets and whatever, and then sometimes he's like, oh, I lost an arm wrestling contest or whatever.
Right.
5 does a really great job of... Dante is always crazy fucking strong, and V is like a frail little child who like literally cannot lift the sword that he's trying to drag back to the town. And like, I really appreciate that
He's a poet.
He totally is. He's literally a poet and doesn't do crazy anime shit.
Nope.
And it makes it feel way more grounded when Dante is like blocking bullets with bullets. I'm like, fucking Dante's pretty fucking cool.
Dante's pretty cool.
And V's like, we gotta get this sword. We gotta get this sword to Dante. I wrote a poem about it. Sword to Dante. Have to get it. Like he's also he only reads 2 poems, which sucks. It's like the only one song being the Devil May Cry 4 combat music, where like he has the poem about a fucking angel with a grain of sand. Like I've heard both those poems 800 times, which is the worst.
That's for next DLC. He's gonna be
more poems.
More poems.
That'd be pretty good.
When he does Devil Trigger, he has an extra 2 poems.
It's the only thing that game needs.
It's really good though. Like I love the way that V's like big summon dude fucking frog splashes in from the heavens sometimes, and like it is so fucking fun.
That fucking bird who's always just fucking mouthing off while he's attacking. Yeah.
It's really goofy, dumb fun. Really, really anime. Really like it a lot in a way that I didn't think I would.
Yeah.
Have
I
you
think
yet to
we're
get
about halfway through.
Yeah, we're probably about the same.
Because based on that kind of mission
screen, looks like there's about
about halfway down that.
I also played Project Zomboid, which is a... Kev, did you watch me playing this?
I did, yes.
It is a top-down isometric zombie kind of survival sim where you are one dude, you are a character. It is the zombie apocalypse. You are in a town and kind of... it's about... I couldn't get started. It is hard in a way that, like... In the trailers, you know, you can build walls and I'm a rain barrel to collect my water every day, and I have a farm where I'm growing food, and like
it's one of those.
It seems like an infinite zombie horde that you are kind of keeping at bay, and I just couldn't really get started in a way that like I survived
like because of the difficulty, or
well, like if I ever,
you were dying.
I was dying.
Yeah,
if I ever got, I was getting frustrated and kind of like, well, fuck this or whatever. But like if I ever got a zombie, so zombies are just everywhere.
Yep.
If I ever had a zombie just see me and they kind of aggro in a way where like they follow you if they're a certain distance, I could just never get rid of them. They would just follow me for like an hour. And I played I actually got mad on the stream and was like, this is a fucking shit game. Fuck this.
Sure.
Of like, I like hard games a lot. I play the From Software games, which are their own unique type of hard. And this game is hard for the wrong reasons of like, which 18 buttons do I press to open a door? Oh, that's attack the door. Well, all the zombies are on me.
Right.
I fucked up. Like it feels hard for the wrong reasons. But
it's hard just like the zombie apocalypse would be hard.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I feel like it. Listening to you talk about and bring up From Software is for me. It's the exact opposite. Where it's like From Software games are hard for the wrong reasons. They're hard because they put you back and you have to go through all these areas again.
From is more you are like wrestling with the mechanics of whatever they have in front of you, whatever like a boss fight or an area that you have to like find through the maze or whatever. In Project Zomboid, I feel like you're struggling against the controls a lot, where like I'm always accidentally attacking doors I don't mean to.
Yeah, it did seem, from the little bit that I watched, it seemed needlessly complicated.
Totally.
So it's like you pull up your inventory and then you have 5 different sub-inventories just depending on what type of item you're looking at.
Yeah,
or
it's crazy.
You go to interact with something.
Car, and it's like the car, there's an inventory for the car, there's a status menu for the car that has like literally 60 different parts, engines, front left brake pad, front right brake pad, front right suspension, bearings, like parts the whole way down. Every single one of those has its own inventory menu. It was really just a struggle. And like I was playing it live on stream, and it's hard to talk about this stuff because we're streaming live now. I had someone who's very enthusiastic about the game, which always makes it really hard, where they're like, I love this game so much, like in a way that I had to be like, do you work for this company? Like, are you trying to sell copies? They're like, oh, the big update's coming. And so having people being like super enthusiastic while you're like, just this fucking bat, I can't.
Some games are for everybody.
It's a perfect storm of. I think this game might be for nobody. Is the problem?
This game's for that guy.
Apparently, it's for somebody because some people are way into it. But like, it's I don't know.
On paper, it looks like a game that I would like.
Totally.
But like in practice, it seems like
And I really want to like it. I keep trying because I really want to like it. It seems like I should be so into it, but I just can't.
It's like Friday the 13th, where it's like I can look at Friday the 13th and be like, this game is for nobody.
Yeah,
And then
that's fair.
I live with a man who has put tons of hours into this game, and I was like, this game is for somebody.
On a weekly basis, proclaims it, quote, the greatest game of all time.
Yeah. It's just something
fair.
for everybody. Kickbeat.
That's fair.
Remember Kickbeat?
Nope.
I fucking love Kickbeat.
Nope. That's
no one remembers
literally
Kickbeat.
only for you. Yeah, that's fair. Project Zomboid, not for me. It's fairly cheap though. It's $15 if you want to check it out. Very, 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 very hard in a way that does not, I think, come across in the trailers. They say like you will die, and I'm like, oh, I know how this goes. Yeah, I'll die and I'll learn. And I'll come back and I'll die and I'll learn. It's more like you will die because you'll be trying to figure out the 18 buttons to crouch walk. You will be trying to unpack a hammer from your garbage bag container, which is in your backpack container, which used to be on your back, but you accidentally put it in a different bag, which is equipped on your secondary. So you got to unpack that whole first bag into its own inventory. Like, it's really fucked.
Sounds like someone needs an Elton John tote bag.
Yeah. Here. That's all I played. Citadel, you guys.
Fucking
Mass Effect 3.
Leviathan.
Holy. Let's go for a quick break here. We'll come back, do the news. If anybody, one final pass, everyone's good? Perfect. We'll see you on the other side of this musical break.
Citadel, you're setting up a party,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Want to get beer?
I remember that.
Do you get Anderson's? You get a big apartment.
Did you
Anderson
play-
gives you his apartment.
Did you play Andromeda?
Yeah.
Because there was also making a party game side mission in Andromeda. So is that maybe what
I
you're
played
thinking?
Andromeda, and I don't remember that mission.
Pretty sure there was.
I only got to the first planet.
Yeah.
Andromeda.
You didn't finish Andromeda?
No.
No, I finished it. It's not offensively bad. It's just in the context of it being a Mass Effect game, it's offensively bad.
It was pretty buggy when I was playing it.
Oh yeah, no, it's all those bugs are still there.
Oh yeah.
The bugs I saw on the quick look, I totally reproed in my playthrough, and they totally still shut the game down immediately, which is really fucking stupid. You gonna pee?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pee too.
So at the comic thing, and I saw those the BioWare guys. Like, I don't know if these guys were around back when it was good BioWare. So again,
Almost certainly not.
Yeah. Again, I'm like, fuck you.
The turnover there is so, unless you are like literally the two studio heads, the turnover is
Every
at
3
most
months.
a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck these guys.
Yeah, no, it's really fucked up the way they the fucked upness about it is the juxtaposition between like, I want to be a QA tester, that seems fun, and the reality of like, nope, you're a totally disposable employee.
Yep.
I would just
They
spend.
always have more QA testers.
I would spend the entire day like just at the kitchen they have that's just full of free food.
It's only their breakfast.
Really?
Yeah, everybody goes in for
got a
breakfast.
fucking
Well, it's usually
stockpile.
mostly cleaned out by the end of breakfast, and they clean it up. And then it was only breakfast and dinner. When we were
Lame.
there. And that was only when you were crunching.
Whenever I go to cover the football games, I always have a really nice spread up in the media lounge.
Oh yeah, BioWare does,
Stuff.
or the football
No,
games
the
do.
football
Oh, yeah. When we worked 14-hour days, mandatory 14-hour days, we got breakfast and dinner, which was nice.
Yes.
I mean, I'd just tell them to go fuck themselves.
But you want to be in the biz, so you
It's true.
Panda, go fuck yourself.
Get you 3 months.
No.
Oh, you guys are on crunch? Well, that's funny because I'm going home after 8 hours.
I'm going to take this fucking croissant with me. I wonder if I got croissants.
Probably. That was the best. I love getting free food from your bosses.
I love going to any event where they feed me.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Oliver is commenting on whether or not Matt's sitting down to pee, I think. Or maybe they're using a urinal together.
I'd use a urinal with someone who I knew if it was in my own house.
In your own house?
No. Or like a house, not a bar, like not a public space.
Yeah.
Private urinal.
Not somebody's living room.
Yeah, in someone's living room. That's what I'm saying. If there was a urinal in anyone's room in a house, it was a private urinal, like it was a urinal on someone's own residence, I would pee in it with someone else.
Mm.
That is what I'm saying.
A buddy of mine, his cabin has a urinal.
That's pretty dope.
Urinals are no good, you guys.
I think so. Or no, maybe that was Maybe that was that.
Just because I don't remember, it doesn't mean it wasn't there, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was just drunk.
Forever 21 has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Oh,
that's too
tough
bad.
shit.
No.
What is Forever 21?
A
How?
clothing store that you would not shop at.
I'm not 21 anymore. I wouldn't be allowed.
Well, had you shopped at 21 when you were 21, you
I
would
see,
have
I
been Forever
see.
21.
Finish this podcast here, gentlemen.
I gotta go blow my nose real quick.
Hell yeah. So that's code for cocaine.
Me and Elton are going for some cocaine.
Rocket Man, motherfuckers!
Kanye is supposed to be releasing a new album today.
Oh, yeah?
Some streaming service, I don't know.
Do you think Jacob, you remember
fucking
Jacob
know.
from Mass Effect 2? You think Jacob looks like Kanye? People in my
Yeah,
chat
yeah.
were all of it. Does he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I always
All
thought
right.
so.
Okay.
I was getting Jacob mixed up with the Freddie Prinze Jr. guy.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. doesn't look like Kanye at all.
No, but the guy also doesn't look like Kanye.
Like
I didn't mean
James
Freddie
Vega.
Prinze. Yeah, James Vega.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't look
He's a
like
good man.
He's a good man.
He looks like he's smuggling grapefruits on his fucking...
James
like him
Vega?
when he came
That's
out, yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Did you know he was a creative writer in WWE from 2009?
Freddie Prinze Jr. was?
Yeah, I think it was like 2009, 2010, and then gone for a year, about the time he would have been recording Mass Effect, and then back for a few years.
So yes.
It's funny because it was an era that people said, well, the Freddie Prinze Jr. years weren't very good. But now you got to hear it. And now you're like, man, the Freddie Prinze Jr. years were
Bring him
not
back.
so bad.
Bring him back. We need you,
Yeah.
Freddie. Scooch back in, fellas. Let's finish this record-length podcast.
There was the sort of a stealth release sat pod last week.
Yeah.
What
I
you
think
said it
you-
was.
I
That's what I
think
said.
you mentioned it on the
Yeah.
thing.
I
Was it
knew
just
nothing
Scotty-
about it. I still don't know anything
Scotty
about
and
it.
Boris, it must have been.
It's just Boris and his son.
But I didn't even know Boris had a son.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
two
Baby
sons.
Boris.
Oh, shit. How old are they? Like,
One
Age-
I feel
age-ish, like
maybe
toddlers,
15,
teens. Okay.
And then one's younger, probably like 10 to 9.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm
Interesting.
bad at ages with kids.
Wow. But, you know, not adults,
One
not
seems
kids.
one seems like an elementary school guy. One seems like he's grade 9 or 10.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Maybe doing
I
one of those
thought-
other grades.
I feel like there might be a third kid.
I think he's older than that because I mean I've heard him on the show a couple times and
He's
I've
got
heard
a
that
deep
whole
voice.
that whole series that they did while they were at WrestleMania. I totally
I don't think
got
he can drink. I don't think he's drinking age
No,
yet.
but I got the impression that he was older, maybe like 16 or 17.
Yeah, we're right around that. Like first year of high school, you'd be 16.
Okay, there you go.
That's
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking.
At any rate, yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, that probably checks
I
out.
was
It's been so long.
You're like 18 when you graduate. Yeah?
Stoked when I saw that pop up in the morning, like fucking new sat pod.
Buddy.
Holy shit!
Suplex City Limits is all you need. You know what show doesn't? You know what show doesn't plug us? The Sat Pod. You know what show does plug us? Suplex City Limits.
I
The
guess.
brother show.
I guess.
The only
The thing is,
brother show to the Talking Reckless podcast
It's like-
and the Kineme podcast, of
These guys
course.
think
But
you.
I mean, I don't know what happened.
Kineme.
I don't know what happened to. I don't know what happened. We only had a 4-show deal. I don't know what happened to that
the
guy.
thing is, I don't even like wrestling anymore.
Nobody
Straight up,
does.
Nobody does.
Nobody does.
But I like these guys.
Boris and his
Even
kids.
Boris and his kid.
That's good shit.
All right, gentlemen, let's talk about some news. If you add Tron to this podcast, this will be the longest one, I'm going to say, all year.
Yeah,
Calendar
well,
year.
Fuck.
We got the OGs in, we're making the most
That's
of it.
it.
Yep.
Boy, lots of news this week. Lots of great news,
We don't
actually.
even have the Last of Us news.
What is The Last of Us news? I didn't watch the
Release date.
trailer, but... Oh, I don't, but it's February the 20th?
Yeah, 2020.
I just pulled that off the top of my head. That's right, February 20th?
I think
2020?
that's right.
Okay, hell yeah.
I am very excited for that game. I
Yeah.
remember we had an email a little while ago where they said, "Do you still get excited for games?" And I'm like, I get excited for a couple games a year, and that is one of them.
Yeah.
They had a presentation at State of Play. I've heard universally the response from everybody who watched that presentation is, I wish I wouldn't have watched that. That seems like spoilers. So just heads up.
Okay.
Maybe
saw-
don't think about.
I saw a
Don't
trailer.
say anything.
I didn't see the actual gameplay, and yeah, now that you mentioned that, I wasn't looking for it. I knew it existed. Wasn't looking for it because I'm trying this whole blackout thing that you fucking. Try.
Yeah, the football
It's a
game.
great way to live.
Yeah, also that. But media blackout is what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I guess I won't watch that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard. There
But
was just a string
even-
of angry people in the Discord of like, what the fuck?
That trailer that I did watch had some minor spoilers.
They've said there's no multiplayer.
Fuck it.
The internet has already gotten over like, wait, what do you mean there's no more? And they've said, hey guys, we'll think about working on something, okay? Just, we know people like Factions, which was I think Factions was the like the fake kind of survivor camp that pulled your friends list stuff in.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. I did not play very much of that.
I like the multiplayer quite a bit. But
I'm not saying it's bad.
We don't need.
Yeah.
There's maybe no room in the world for another Last of Us multiplayer.
Well, you could probably not name 5 games where I would less want multiplayer than The Last of Us.
Sure.
Like where I less come for. But not to say anything about the quality of the multiplayer they made. It could be very good. I do not need multiplayer in my Last of Us game.
I think it got a bit of a bad rap because a lot of people played it and it seemed very similar to Uncharted, kind of on the it's a third-person shooter. It's a Naughty Dog. It seemed very similar, kind of on the service level.
Sure.
There was quite a lot of depth to it. I really liked The Last of Us.
Well,
I didn't really care for Uncharted multiplayer all that much, but really liked The Last of Us.
You guys get into the Mass Effect multiplayer? Speaking of games that I did not need multiplayer in.
A little bit back in the day.
did.
Yeah.
Because you had to. If you wanted the, quote, good ending, the only way to get it until they released their revised kind of ending
DLC.
DLC.
Universe preparedness?
Yeah.
Galactic Readiness level.
Sure. What did
That's
I
what
just
he
say?
said. Yeah.
Basically the same thing, yeah.
And now that in the post redone ending universe, it's just always at a 50, which is apparently what you need to get the, quote, good ending.
The readiness.
The readiness.
You could get to 50 without the multiplayer.
Apparently, before that ending DLC thing came out, to believe the chat of the stream, which is really fucking stupid. I wouldn't put too much stock in that.
Yeah, I don't. I did not play multiplayer my first time through that campaign, and I got the good ending. Yeah,
I didn't mind. I totally didn't mind that multiplayer. That
I
was
got the bad
all
ending.
right.
It was fine.
I didn't mind it either.
The part
it was
I mind,
cooperative, which is totally
Yeah, it's
all right.
PvE.
Yeah.
yeah, the part that I mind is that there are like 6 or so missions in the main campaign, which are literally just get to play this multiplayer map by yourself. Yeah, and those all fucking suck because they're all like, go in here and go to a terminal. Oh, the shuttle's we're having trouble. Hang on.
You don't have to do those.
Well, if I want I still need more meter. I'm doing
I think
everything.
there's a lot of meter to be had without engaging with the multiplayer.
I've done literally every single piece of content in the game, and I still need more meter. I need Citadel and the last 3 missions to give me my meter.
They must have rejigged the numbers.
I think they
or
retweaked
something.
the whole
Probably.
thing when they put that
Yeah.
new ending out. But Last of Us will not have multiplayer. The internet has been mad. And
Whatever.
we're in this age of
Fuck y'all.
internet is mad and developer bends and buckles, and they've said, hey, what they said was like, we're not putting out multiplayer, but we know people like Factions, and we have something that we think you'll be interested in eventually. It won't launch with Last of Us, but we're working on it. And that seemed to be enough for now, at least.
I don't care.
I don't know.
I'm going to play that and then just turn it off.
Yeah.
It's my biggest pet peeve in the world is game comes out, fans are mad about X and are loud about X, and then X is minimap in Call of Duty.
Yep, take it up with money.
Ending of Mass Effect, whatever it is. But that culture is still alive and well. Montreal, the folks who made Arkham Origins, not the people with Rocksteady, not the people who made Arkham Asylum City and Night.
Before we get into this, I did not dislike Origins as much as most people did.
Neither
I thought it was totally fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of multiplayer that I actually really liked, Origins had a great multiplayer, a weird 3-team
even know they
multiplayer
had
mode
one.
that I totally liked. Yep.
Huh.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
could play as heroes. You were like, I remember it was 3 teams. It was like Joker, Black Mask's team, and maybe the Batman was the
it
third
would
team.
suck to get stuck with Black Mask.
Joker and Black Mask I think were the same. They're like thugs who would
I
shoot,
see.
and then the Batman was trying to take them both down. And you could unlock heroes. You play as Joker eventually.
Holy, I glossed over that.
Yeah,
It was
I
kinda
didn't know that
interesting.
existed.
It was doing a unique thing.
Origins had that fucking awesome sequence with Deathstroke.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
Holy man, was that ever good? Deathstroke is the guy with
Yeah. I know Deathstroke. I'm
Orange
trying to
and black.
remember the.
It was very much like it would very seamlessly flow into really quick time events that you had to hit perfectly. Otherwise, he'd smoke you.
Is Arkham Origins at Christmas time?
Yes.
I think so,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And Black
It's like the same map as City, but at Christmas.
Troy Baker is. Oh, okay. Yes, Troy Baker plays Black Mask and also Joker because all right. It's all come back to me.
There you go.
It's all come.
Yeah,
Do you remember that
yeah.
twist? Black Mask takes off the mask. And it turns out it's Joker, and you're like,
Nope,
"Oh,
I
this
don't-
game is about Joker."
Joker's
Oh,
never
well,
really gone.
Joker's never really gone. Yeah, they said the game wasn't about, and it turns out it is.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just like
Now I
Arkham
recall.
Knight, where they're like, "This game's not about Joker," and it turns out this game's totally about Joker.
All games are about Joker.
All games are about Joker. WB Montreal, the Arkham Origins dev, they've been posting teasers all week. Almost certainly a Batman game. have been posting these cryptic images flashing over the bat symbol, which people have figured out is represents the Court of Owls, which I guess is a comic book, the secret society in Gotham.
It's a very good storyline.
I don't, from my very
That's all it
brief
is.
readings on the Court of Owls, I think they don't know that Bruce Wayne is Batman, but they independently sentence Bruce Wayne to death because they are, you know, the cabal of Gotham, and Bruce Wayne is bad for Gotham or something.
That checks out ish.
Yeah, I think so.
As far as I know.
I think so.
But it says capture the night, capture the KNIGHT.
So are we the owls?
No, we're probably the Batman, you would think. What if
It'd be a better game if I was
What
Batman.
if we are the owls? No way.
Why would they call it
capture
capture the night if I'm the night?
Because maybe exactly.
'Cause that's
maybe
their
you have to go
hashtag.
capture the night.
Makes sense.
That's their hashtag.
Yeah.
It could be a chess game. You know, it's like the opening move. Oh, he captured the knight. It's a very strong play here. Fisher's gonna have a lot of chess jokes hitting huge here on the podcast.
What is chess?
Yeah.
It's like checkers, but a little
not-
more complicated.
That's not a game we play on this.
Scott-
talk about.
Scott Snyder, known Batman writer, also tweeted and then deleted, which makes it very damning. He tweeted, "Wait for it. .. Hashtag beware the court of owls," which I suppose you could read beware the court of fowls. But then he deleted it, which you know really kind of doubles down on it in a way of like, okay,
I think he was one
like
of the main writers on that.
talking
that
reckless and
run.
natural.
And so yeah, if he has anything to do with it, that'd be cool.
Thank you for
the
laughing at that one, everyone.
Terrible. That's so terrible.
Court of fowls.
Thank you, thank you.
I'd be down for another Batman game.
It's been a while.
The thing I remember like almost super clearly about Origins was that the combat was like a smidge off. So I actually didn't get into it as much as I did the previous two games.
It was a little bit different. You were using like combo modifier. You had those gloves. I
Yeah,
remember.
you had those.
and-
Well, I just remember once you got those gloves, they'd rack up multiplier like crazy.
Yeah.
So I just spammed those because I couldn't put my finger down on what was wrong with the combat. But once I got those, I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
This just
a
makes
little
it
bit
easy.
off.
I just want to see. Yeah, I just want to see the story now.
We still not know what Rocksteady's doing.
We don't know. Justice League game. People think.
They've been
Yeah,
like that's been a secret for so long.
Yeah.
it's kind of been
It's crazy that it hasn't been leaked out yet.
Yeah,
It
It also feels like it should be
it almost
done.
could be like good sign, bad sign. Could be
Yeah.
like development
They're
hell
like,
of like,
there's
oh,
nothing
this thing's
going on.
not coming together.
The doors haven't even been open in years.
It was almost leaked that they were behind that Harry Potter game. Remember that?
They are
little
alleged
rumor?
to be working on
Yeah.
a Harry Potter game, but again, we don't have any official word.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Arkham Asylum was so fucking good,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
Asylum.
City. City is my favorite
City's
of
good
the trilogy.
too.
City, I think, is where they really.
and I liked Arkham Knight a lot too.
God, I love City so much. The way City ends. Oh my God.
I'm a Batmobile apologist.
Are you?
Yep.
The Batmobile's okay.
I fucking
Just a
love
little bit
driving
much
through
of
those
it.
fucking pillars. I drive through all the pillars and be like, why isn't this building falling down?
In comics, if someone doesn't know the Batman, is the Killing Joke? Does that end? Is that Joker's death? Does that end in Joker dying?
No.
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 Oh, okay. So the Arkham City is not.
No.
Listen, in the end of Arkham City, it ends with Joker dying.
Yeah.
It's not the end of him in the series by any means. Remember, Arkham Knight is still totally a game about Joker, apparently. But the end of Arkham City, holy shit.
Yeah, that was really
blew
good.
my fucking mind. Also, they have a Lazarus pit that they use literally one scene before that Joker thing happens, so nothing is sacred.
Yeah.
No.
Also, it's comic books.
Yeah.
Also, it's comic books.
Yeah, coming back to life is inherent.
Yeah. Maybe not for Joker, though. I don't know.
Everyone. No one's ever
Yeah.
really gone.
I really want to see that new Joker movie.
Yeah, me too.
I heard nothing but good
That's
things.
gonna be here soon, isn't
Yeah.
it?
October the 4th.
October.
You want to Fallout 76? Don't breathe too deep if you have the Fallout 76 red power helmet armor
a-
on.
Goddamn shame this game is
So,
like going through
it's
at
not-
every step of the way.
Quite as bad. So this is not the helmet that came in the bags. Can you imagine how perfect it would be if the bag was totally bag gate happened and then helmet gate happened?
Nope.
These are unfortunately not those helmets. But the red Fallout 76 power armor helmets that was a GameStop exclusive, not the pre-order one,
Right.
are being recalled. GameStop is literally calling everyone who's purchased them. Apparently, mold can be present on the fabric insert inside the helmet, posing a risk of respiratory or other infections in individuals with compromised immune system, damaged lungs, or an allergy to mold. It's probably a little bit more serious than that because it is a very big recall. Consumers should immediately stop using the recalled collectible helmets and contact GameStop for a full refund and return instructions. GameStop is contacting all known purchasers directly. It turns out that mold grows really well in those little tubes on the fucking power helmet. Go figure. But I guess only the red one, because the brown one that came with the collector's edition is not being recalled.
Weird.
It's because they put it in that high quality bag.
That's true.
Killed all the mold.
Antibacterial.
Mold killed.
That sucks. I don't know. There was a minute there where I'm like, a wearable helmet? That's fucking stupid. I should see about maybe picking one of those up from somebody
Shove
who's
those
like,
tubes right down my throat.
yeah, somebody who's like, oh, Fallout 76, that sucked. I'd take their $10 for that helmet. Hell yeah. Wear that on stream or some shit.
Put it right on. Beard sticking up.
That'd be good shit, actually. Yeah, there's a big recall on that, which is just really like the just the chef's kiss to Fallout 76. Great job.
Continue to choke.
That's
Literally.
right.
No.
Respawn has been working on an Oculus exclusive game. A Oculus exclusive game.
Sure.
We didn't know what it was. We knew that Respawn released Apex, obviously. They're working on a Titanfall project, a, quote, premium Titanfall experience. We don't know what the fuck that is. They're working on Star Wars.
Yep. Star Wars should be done.
Fallen Jedi Order, which is coming out in November. They're apparently working on a Medal of Honor game. Their VR exclusive is a Medal of Honor, a World War II Medal of Honor game. It's been a very long time since the last Medal of Honor came out when Oliver and I worked at BioWare. I think Tier 1 operators, big beards.
Yep.
It has been a really long time.
Mixed up between Medal of Honor and Army of Two.
Okay, that I don't blame you.
Yes.
Both EA franchises, I think. Yeah, they definitely are. Medal of Honor, usually a World War II shooter, but which came to like modern times. It's Call of Duty. It's just Call of Duty. Army of Two is always like two dudes in a squad. It is very much like two-person Spec Ops. They wear those weird metal masks that.
I don't know why I can remember this, but a Medal of Honor game came out after we were in high school.
Yeah, that would have been whatever one probably came out of BioWare, which I think was just called Medal of Honor. I think was
so.
But you guys were
like
working
their
there at that
reboot.
point, right?
It might
I
have
think we
been.
would have
in
been. It would have
college?
been right around there after we came out in high school.
Sorry, no, college. I meant college, not high school.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since the Medal of Honor. I mean, even when that last Medal of Honor game, we have Brandon's on it, came out, like Medal of Honor, nobody was talking about Medal of Honor. So to hear that Respawn is working on a Medal of Honor game is really strange. I'll say it looks dope. I watched their little video presentation they had. So it's coming out in 2020. It's a tactile shooter, but it's in World War II, which seems cool and ironically unexplored in the VR space. There's 10 million World War II shooters on PC and console. Very few in VR right now, but I don't know.
2012 was the last one.
2012, that times out. Yeah, perfectly. You're pulling the pin on the grenade, and you got to take the thing off your belt in the gun, and like it's very tactile. Seems to be their selling point, which is super fun if you're in VR, especially with maybe those like new knuckle controllers or the finger controllers from the Vive Index. That stuff is all really, really fun. My favorite stuff in Onward, which is the VR shooter I play, is all the like reloading, pulling the bolt back on my M4 in Onward is super fun. And watching that clip go ping and fly. Yeah.
Oh, I only like that one where you have the shield and the hook in space.
Shield and the hook in space. Space pirate trainer.
Yeah,
something
that's
like that.
the only VR game I like.
That's
Super
too bad.
Hot.
There's a lot of good ones.
Super Hot's very good.
Very good. Beat Saber's very good. Onward's very good. There's some good things in VR. You guys heard about a game called Homeworld? Really?
Nope.
Really? Oh wow! It's an old PC series. Homeworld 1 and 2 were remastered somewhat recently. They made a Homeworld. It's called Deserts of Karak, which was not their Homeworld 3.
Gearbox.
Gearbox.
Are we feuding with these guys?
So this is not Gearbox under Ratty Pitchford, as I understand it. He's the Borderlands pedophile. I think there's a different head for alleged pedophile.
Confirmed magician, though.
Confirmed magician.
Fan of medieval times.
Also not funning, by the way. Like, that is a very real alleged accusation. I know a lot of people give me shit for saying that, but it's fucking true. So if someone is an alleged pedophile, hiding that seems fucking... I'm making faces at the camera because a lot of people give me shit where they're like, why would you bring that up? Because the man is a fucking alleged pedophile is why I bring that up. And until he's cleared of charges, it is worth mentioning. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying it is alleged. Anyways... I'm taking. Listen.
I mean, anyone can allege anyone's a pedophile.
Listen. Borderlands 3 came out, so it's been very top of mind. Been taking a lot of shit on the internet lately.
How do you manage your time between the Cliffy B stuff and this?
It's very hard. It's very hard. Cliffy B and I are on like an active feud.
Yeah.
So like Cliffy B and I get the TV time.
Yeah.
And then social media is all Randy
Gotcha.
right now.
Gotcha.
Imagine when
So by the time we get to WrestleMania, Cliffy B and I can have our match. Randy and I are for next season. It's all very well paced.
when Death Stranding tanks and Hideo starts shitting all over his team,
Oh,
buddy, you're full time.
the biggest heel turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate
Hear me
video
out.
game douchebags.
Hear me out.
I hate douchebags.
5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination style match.
Okay.
5 of us.
Yeah.
5 game developers.
Against
There you go.
Kojima, Randy Pitchford, Cliffy B, Casey Hudson. I don't know, Jay Raymond. Like,
oh, no.
we need someone good in
Peter
there.
Molyneux.
Oh, they wouldn't even team with him.
No,
He'd be his
that's
own
true.
faction.
Yeah.
He'd be the guy who runs in and fucks up the match. Special guest referee, Peter Molyneux.
Excellent. Gets the pin in the end.
What is the count? What if we counted to 100 instead?
What if we could change the count?
What if the crowd counted? Fuck Peter Molyneux. So, anyways, they're crowdfunding a Homeworld 3, which they put up on Fig for $1. It has now raised 1,000,000% of its funding goal with over $1 million. And they claim
Their original goal was $1.
$1, and they claim that it was more a like get fan feedback and see who's interested and kind of like gauge response. Which is what they say publicly. I think it is just a brilliant marketing move of here's a Kickstarter for $1 for a very prolific project. Of course it made $113 million or whatever.
Now you go to everyone else with money and you're like, we raised 1,000,000 times our goal.
Yep. Which like just what a masterstroke
Yep.
for
These
their
guys know what
PR.
they're
Supposed to be out in 2020. Published by Gearbox, developed by Blackbird Interactive, who are the folks who made Deserts of Karak. Which was okay, but it was like Homeworld is a game about spaceships. You have a big fucking spaceship and then lots of really little ones that like hundreds of little ships everywhere, squadrons. And Deserts of Karak was on a planet. It was on Karak, and you like drove cars.
Boo.
Kind of.
You're on
yeah.
your homeworld though. Your new homeworld.
I think you were trying to get off of Karak for some reason. I don't really. The story wasn't great. Wasn't memorable. And it was totally fine, but like I don't know. I want it to be in space. I'm excited for Homeworld 3 because I didn't get my fill of space.
Everything should be in space.
Everything should be in space. There's a new Apex map coming with Season 3. Crypto's coming with it.
I have to dip back in.
There's a moving train on that map. Seems real dope.
This seems crazy.
There's a
I don't know if the
cutscene.
world's ready.
There's a cutscene that I actually really enjoyed with a lot of Nolan North as the hologram man. No, the hologram
Mirage.
Mirage. Yeah, there's a real
Is that
good.
Nolan North?
Yeah, that is Nolan North. Ass Nolan North. That's like Nathan Drake as.
I played a whole bunch of Gears 4
Okay.
and thought JD had to be fucking Mirage. And then I looked it up and it wasn't.
Mirage is Nolan North. Started to pop the bubble.
What's the new character gonna be like?
I don't know. Do you
Is
know
there any
Crypto?
Is there any details on him?
No, he's real sassy in the trailer. I'm looking at Brando, the only Apex
Sorry,
player at
say
the
that
table.
again?
What do you know anything about Crypto?
No, I think, well, they're a hacker. And I think
Your
they.
Xbox mines bitcoins whenever
Yeah.
he uses Ultimate.
He he has a drone, I think, like Lifeline, that can grab death boxes, which seems super handy.
Oh, that is cool.
That's all I know.
Weird. That's all coming in like 2 days or something. That is, I think, this week that new season drops. And then my last story this evening: the Switch Lite has been added to. Hold
Roger
that.
Craig Smith, the Mirage voice actor.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Well, that's what the Google says.
All right, I'm a liar. Is
I
that the same dude?
was pretty confident because I knew I had looked this up.
Is that the same dude who does Dying Light, the Dying Light protagonist? Who I'm like, this is Troy Baker, and it's not Troy Baker.
Nathan Drake is
Roger
the
Craig
everyman,
Smith.
so
That's really not Nolan North. Wow, I thought I also looked it up.
As soon as you said that, I was like, why would I have not known that as someone who, since they started playing
That's
Gears
crazy.
4,
Is that the
looked this
Daylight
up.
Man? Let's look this up.
Kyle Crane. Wait,
That's
Kyle Crane.
is the Daylight protagonist?
Daylight. Yeah.
Sorry,
I think
Dead
so.
Dead by Daylight, or no? What's the
Dying Light?
zombie? Dying Light. Thank you. Yes, the zombie parkour one. While you're looking that
Roger
up,
Craig Smith.
there. Okay,
Yep.
great. He sounds so much like Troy Baker in Nolan North. He sounds so much like Troy Baker in Dying Light that I'm like, oh, Troy Baker's the main character. I was like, nope.
There you go.
Wow,
It's that guy.
that's weird. He's like the everyman's everyman. He has the impression of
He's
the
the poor
everyman.
man's Troy Baker.
Oh I'm bad for that these days. Mislabeling voice actors. Too much Mass Effect where
Stop
everybody's one of 4 characters.
Yep.
The Switch Lite has been added into the class action lawsuit for the Joy-Con
This
drift.
also blows my mind.
Turns out
How do you
after
let
about
these out?
20 hours, the Joy-Cons on the Switch Lite start to drift.
After all that hullabaloo.
Yeah. So if you are the owner of a Joy-Con on, regardless of what system it's on, they are, I think, currently still. Last we heard, they were just offering no questions asked refurbishments. So I don't know. Get on that, or hold off for the class action lawsuit, where in 8 years we'll probably get $4 or something.
That's what I'm doing.
I think I. Oh no, I don't think I qualified for that PS3 thing. I don't know. I signed up for it. I don't know if I ever got the money or not.
It's because it's hard to hire quality control and quality insurance these days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's right.
It sounds like
Guys have been burnt before, and then guys are sour on their podcasts.
It sounds like a physical issue with the joysticks, and I guess the joysticks are identical between the Switch and the Switch Lite.
Why wouldn't you fucking be like, well, these don't, why are we going to ship these? Maybe it's just cheaper at that point.
Yeah, fix the complaints and hope that just enough people don't realize. Because the majority will probably never know. You know, it's only the kind of
fucking know.
What are the power user or whatever the fuck they call us. The more informed. There's a real term for it.
Yeah.
Activations. We're in activations in the community or whatever. Positive.
Join the movement.
What was the E3 thing? Good feel chits or whatever. We're gonna bank some good feelings chits.
Experience first.
Yeah, the
Cash them in when there's time for a
Create
scandal.
FOMO in our cutainment. Podcast at talkingreckless.com is an email address. If you want to create FOMO in our cutainment, you can write some thoughts into there. You can drop them on the subreddit r/talkingreckless. I did not pull any emails this week. There's one kind of really heavy question. I don't know. I feel like we're maybe... All right, I'm going to float it. We don't have to answer. It was...
serious?
Okay,
well, a little
have
bit.
to answer it in 5 words or less.
Okay, Duncan wrote in and said, what is the hardest lesson you've ever had to learn in your life? Which seemed maybe a little heavy, especially here at the end of a 4-hour
I don't
podcast.
think my answer would be particularly heavy.
No, mine, I'm not good. I can't do it in 5 words.
I don't think it'd be particularly heavy either, but like one of the biggest things I live my life by is have a little bit of self-awareness.
Sure,
Yeah.
but that's not the hardest lesson you've ever had to learn in your life.
Have
Is it?
self-awareness. That's
Those
fucking
are
one
syllables.
word.
So that's 2 words. Have self-awareness.
Yeah, there you go.
What is that the hardest lesson you had to? Was there a time when you didn't have any self-awareness? and you
No,
had
it's
to,
just that I've been around a lot of people who, if they had a little bit of self-awareness, they'd be the coolest dudes in the world. But because they don't, they're just way too much, and I don't even like hanging out with
looking
them.
right into my eyes as he says
Yes.
this.
Yeah, I don't know. The hardest lesson I've ever had to learn.
5 words. or less.
Like, I'm trying to think
5
of like the
syllables,
most
apparently.
expensive mistake I've ever
Calculus
made.
101, bitch. I mean, listen, it's a heavy question that I just surprised everyone. It wasn't on our we
Yeah, I
didn't get to
don't think
pre-screen.
I have. Like, it's not even a heavy.
We weren't even going to do it.
Trying to think of even the last. Like, all my answers are like joke answers.
Yeah, no, I just have.
Like, don't put the metal popcorn bowl in the microwave.
Everybody's got to learn that somehow.
Yeah. That could have been the worst lesson ever, but we caught it. in time.
Don't microwave CDs.
Yeah.
Or do microwave CDs.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
It is definitely cool.
What happens?
It kind of
Sparks
like
and
it
shit?
kind of
I
like
don't
makes
know.
like a lightning pattern on the back. Like it super sparks and ruins the microwave, but it like makes like this weird like spark pattern on the CD. Totally destroys your microwave though, and probably like poisons you somehow. Like don't do it.
When I was still working at the casino, I learned a valuable lesson of, don't make enemies with your boss.
Sure.
That's a good one.
That's
Because
That's a very good one.
I went on casual shift when it was determined that I was not reliable enough to get regular shifts.
What? Was there any particular like incident that?
No, it was because of that was when I worked at the casino for about 4.5 years. When I quit, they sat me down for my exit interview and they're like, ballpark, how many times did you call in sick when you worked here? And I'm like, I don't know, like 100 and some. And he's like, 450. So
I love that they just had the number ready.
Out of how many days?
They
sir?
like
All right.
interrupt you
Out of a-
while you're answering. 450, Kevin.
I worked there
Out of a million days, that's not that much.
I worked there for 4.5 years. I was not full time for the entire
1,500
4.5
days,
years,
give or take.
I was not full time for the entire 4.5 years.
So say 100 days a year.
Quarter of the time you
Yeah,
call in sick.
I called
That's like
in sick
10,
about a quarter
10
of the
days a
time.
month.
Well, 25% of the time.
But for some reason, everybody at that job loved me except for one specific pit manager, and she hated me with a passion.
She's probably one to do the scheduling.
Probably,
And when
yeah.
Kevin didn't show up, she's like, we are fucked.
Yeah, she actually, I think she was one of the scheduling ones, so
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense. But when I went on to casual schedule, what that means is they don't put you on the shift; you just call them, and when you want to work. So like you call them in the morning, say, "Hey, I want to work a night shift today. Do you got anything open?" And if they have other people call in sick, or if they have holes in the schedule, they're like, "Yeah, come in." So my shift was like that for a couple weeks, and then I called in one day because normally what I would do is I would call on my way to work. Like I'd leave my house at about 6 o'clock.
Assume you would get a shift.
Assume I would get a
Yeah.
shift because I would be like, well, why would they say no?
Yeah. Obviously, they need people.
I'm
on
a
the-
great worker.
They
Friday night or
always
whatever.
need people.
They're
Like,
always
they
short up.
always need people.
Yeah, there's so many tables.
So I phoned in and I got the specific pit manager who hated me, and I'm like, so hey, it's Kevin. You know, I'm gonna come in for a shift today. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, wait, what? Boom. What do you mean? No, I'm not.
No.
And then she made up some bullshit story about how I called in for a shift and never showed up, and I'm like, well, that's fucking not true at all.
Right.
But it was her excuse. And then I called her on it too. I'm like, well, okay, well, who did I call in with? Because I didn't call in with you. Who is the person who told you that I no-showed on them? And she wouldn't give me a name. So obviously it was just a bullshit story.
Which is weird because she had like lots of legs to stand on. She
Yeah.
didn't,
No,
she didn't have to
because
pick
Could have
that
done the
one.
sick day.
Really, like lots of things.
Well, exactly.
You
right?
haven't been here for 25% of your shift.
32 sick days, but we're gonna maybe think about someone else.
So yeah, that was kind of that moment right there. I can definitely link that moment to when I realized that, you know, if I want to have a job and I want to be a valuable employee and I want to get promoted and everything like that, like I need
Just
to
snooze up to the boss a
I
little
need to
bit.
do something a little different.
Yeah,
than
it's not about being good at your job. It's about
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
it's like
It's just having a good relationship with the boss.
yeah.
the hardest lesson I've maybe ever learned was it isn't what you know, it is literally who you know.
Yep.
It doesn't you don't need to be skilled at anything. You don't need to the reason you go to university and the reason you do all these things is not to learn a skill set. That's the pretense. You know, and if you're a brain surgeon, it's a little bit different. But for most jobs, the reason you go to university is to make these contacts that once you're out in the field, you get in touch with and they give you a job.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I had, out of the 5 classes I did, I had one class that I needed to do my job.
Yeah.
Like, I learned how to use it. I learned how to use a camera in ways that I did not know how to use a camera before, and that got me my job at CTV.
Sure.
But also, my teacher got me my job at CTV.
Yeah, who you know.
Well, yeah.
Like, you could have learned that camera stuff in a day on YouTube. In like, the thing about
Well, let's not shortchange what I do. There's an art behind it. But,
there totally is. I will say that the $20,000 in 2 years I put into radio school, I learned literally nothing I did not already know. I just got in touch with people.
Oh, well, maybe your teachers are too fucking high.
Maybe I went in with
No such thing.
I went in with a basic level of like audio production knowledge of like
Yeah.
I know the very, 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 very basics. But nobody in the biz knows anything more because you don't need to.
Sure.
Because it's all about like, oh, my friend works here, he got me a job. I suck ass. But it's fucking radio where you can't really track. It's not like TV where there are ratings. It's a little bit different. But you can't really track ratings, especially in a small market. Like no one in Grand Prairie can track my ratings. 0 people are listening to my show. Nobody ever knows. I can just go there and do the same fucking shitty show for nobody every single night.
And you did.
And I did. And as long as I'm in the booth, it doesn't matter. Like it's, I don't know. And it wraps into the QA stuff, and like it's all wrapped up there where employers, I don't know.
Yeah.
Employers don't give a fuck about you, and you are totally disposable, and you are there to make them money. And if they can fuck you over to do it, they almost in every case will. There's a few, you know, people are like, oh, I had a great boss who cared about me, and like that is super rare, and
Yeah.
and you are very lucky if that's your case. But yeah, my hard lesson is that the world don't give a fuck about you.
That is a hard lesson.
It seems like it does coming out of high school until you get out of high school. Like it honestly seems like it sort of does, especially if you're good in school. Like I got great marks on my test, and world don't give fucks.
2 fucks.
World don't give 2 fucks. There's 5
Yeah.
words. Yeah, that's mine in a nutshell.
That's legit. And
Yeah.
but and
And I struggle with it. You're watching me struggle with it in real time right now, every day on the stream. We're living this journey together.
oh man, you hang in there, bud.
That's right. Keep chipping away at it, champ.
So
Slugger.
far, podcast at talkingreckless.com. Email address you want to write in here to the show. Patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast is our Patreon. If you want to take a little bit of the cynicism out of old Matt Eads' voice, maybe help him pay some bills, maybe keep the show in the air for another year would be cool.
Convince him that someone loves him out there.
That would be nice. Patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast. We joke a lot, but that is the very real engine that powers this podcast. And I know there's a weird dichotomy between the stream and the podcast, where some folks only listen to podcasts, don't like the stream, vice versa. Some folks like the stream, don't listen to the podcast. It's all me. So if one of it goes away, unfortunately, it all goes away.
Wow, Randy Pitchford.
It is my podcast. It is my podcast. And then without me, it doesn't go.
But in this case, it's
That is
honestly
100%. Yeah.
That's actually totally. That's not me being a. You can feud with me if you like, but it's all wrapped together. So if you want to support, don't think of it as supporting either, because I know some folks do, where they only like the stream, so they refuse to think about the Patreon, or vice versa. It's all me. If I can't pay the bills and have to go work at McDonald's or whatever, or God help me be an electrician again.
Wow, lower than McDonald's, eh?
Hey, McDonald's is great. I've worked at McDonald's for a year, and it was a lot of fun.
I worked at Tim Hortons and I really enjoyed it. You want to talk about bosses that seemed like they legitimately liked me and cared about me? Fucking my supervisor, Tim Hortons, who was the first lesbian I ever knew.
Well, I mean that you knew.
That I knew.
Yeah. The first one who was like, Brandon, I'm a lesbian.
Yeah, that's in the
and you
interview.
know me.
Yes. And that's okay.
Now stop hitting on me. I'm your
Yeah.
boss as well.
Yeah, that was actually, she was straight. That was just
Yeah.
an excuse she
That's
used
true.
on you. I've heard that 1,000 times.
So anyway, go work at Tim Hortons.
Yeah, go back to the casino if I have to. Patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast. October the 18th, Retribution is coming up. We got to have a little talk about that, maybe in the studio. DDK will defend his title. Woo!
Say it. Say it.
Against Oliver J.
Come for you,
Book it.
DDK Bucket.
You have
Straight.
to book it.
This this Friday, October the 18th, Friday. Retribution over on the Twitch channel.
Not this Friday.
It's not this Friday. No, it's
3 Fridays
October
from
the
now.
18th. Yeah. Come and see. Who will win? I don't know. It's Oliver J, the little homie, against DDK.
The only man who finishes people with his finisher.
That's right. Some might say the most technically impressive wrestler we have. I'm just falling into my commentator thing. In the TRWL. So come and enjoy that. It is going to be dope. Every show bigger and better than the last. And if you like wrestling, go listen to our brother show, Suplex City Limits. They're on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, everywhere you find this fine podcast. And that's all I have to say. Kevin Byer, thank you very much for putting up with this extremely long, over 3 hours with Tron.
Damn.
Brandon Lynch, thank you very much. Oliver Aguilar, thank you so much for joining us.
Batten down the hatches, DDK. Whatever holds your dick in. Fucking, I'm taking it for a ride.
Ooh.
I
like where that went.
That got weirdly aggressive
I
and then
liked where it
weirdly
went.
intimate.
Yes.
Fucking right. That's my promo.
It's a banana hammock, by the way.
It's Trunks. We just call it Trunks in the wrestling. Yes. And you at home, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you here in a week. We'll call this episode 292 of the Talking Reckless podcast.
Coming up on 200.
Stop talking about 300. We'll see you in 292.
I said 200.
Bye.
You did.
But it's 300. It's coming up.
Thanks for listening.
200 bin has come up.
200 bin has
292?
years
Yeah.
ago.
Shit. 292 gang.
What's that, 8 weeks?
Giant Bomb just had their 600.
Yeah, that's fucking bonkers, dude. Absolutely bonkers. Thanks for listening, everybody. I haven't opened the chat a single time today. I don't know if anybody's here.
Fuck 8 weeks, December.
This was a really long podcast. I feel good, though. We got the OGs. We got a huge Tron. Almost an hour of Tron with the original gangsters. We'll see you tomorrow for some video games.
Is that what? Yeah, that's first time. Never knew.
Yeah, the
December is
openly
gonna be
gays. I don't.
300?
8 weeks from now will
About
be
December.
probably December. Yeah, we should do something. You should plan something, Oliver. is your big 300. I'm gonna put this in your court. I have so much shit to do. I can't even.
Just fucking shuffle that paperwork over.
I gotta figure out. I got the TRWL thing. I got 5 D&D games or some shit this week.
You do have a lot.
Oh my
I don't know what
goodness.
I do, but I also am not helping.
Brando completely booked up. Kevin has the robe on already.
Hey, boy.
Bye, Zachary. Thanks, brother. We'll see you soon. I'm playing D&D with Zach on the Sunday after we're playing our D&D.
Oh, shit.
And then we're playing again on the Saturday after that, apparently.
We
So
hold
in
your thought
a
on
week.
that one.
Okay, good.
Hold
Is it
your
gonna
thought
is it
on
gonna
that
get pushed back? Because that's fine.
It might.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I will have 3 D&D games in 5 days if that is the way it goes.
I'll keep you posted on
All
that
right.
one. That one's in
All right.
danger of falling through.
All right. I sort of figured.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys want to do barbecue on that?
When? 300?
300.
Just
Doesn't have to be an
just,
on-air
just
thing.
yeah, just go for barbecue.
Yeah.
At your place? We'll bring some steaks. We'll bring some burgers. We'll have a barbecue.
Yeah. Okay. That might.
I can swing that.
Okay. I don't
Sure.
know. But yeah. Sure. I'll plan.
Okay, we'll talk. Bye, stream. Love, 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 love. Bye, Zachary. Bye.